Aw, shit, we're back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Megos and Josh at Ringside. I'm Megos,
And I'm Josh.
and today we're going to be talking about a lot of wrestling because not only are we going to talk about WWE Summerslam, we're also going to talk about NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. But before that, Josh,
Yo.
did you look at the general direction of New Japan's G1 Climax 2018?
I did not pay attention to it at all. I just vaguely know about it. I'm sorry. I'm not a real fan.
You're not a real fan. No, I think though I'm not gonna lecture you or anything, but I think
It's okay.
you should check out some of their matches. Honestly, I know that New Japan World's always good, but you use your totally legal means of getting it. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk about a little bit about New Japan. So. G1 Climax was amazing. It's kind of weird watching a company that first and foremost values work rate and athleticism, and just having all these guys just be excellent workers, putting on really, really good matches, and all these different types of styles. Like, if you feel like it's too fast or too different, there are some guys who I wouldn't say wrestle the WWE style, but wrestle familiar styles that you can get into. I mean, the wall is that it's all in Japanese, but honestly, they've been making really good efforts to make it more accessible to us gaijin. It helps that like they have an English commentary that is actually really, really good. Kevin Kelly and Rocky Romero did a really good job calling all those matches. Just able to have it felt like you were listening to two wrestling fans watch wrestling as it was going on, you know? It was like JR and King level of pretty alright. It's not like one Jonathan fucking Coachman, but whatever. And just want to say, the guys who really piqued my interest were Minoru Suzuki, who's probably one of the scariest wrestlers alive right now. Sanada. His name is Cold Skull Sanada. He comes out in a black skull mask. He has his awesome looking mohawk that never ever loses its like posture. It's always upright no matter what. He can take like the most insane bumps or something, but it's still
That's like real life anime here.
I don't know how he does it. Kenny Omega wrestled with a fractured heel, and he was able putting on awesome, amazing matches.
Nice.
I don't know how he does it. He's on another level. Ishii, the guy who beat Omega clean the entire time. Like, I think Omega lost like a few matches. I think he lost to Ishii and Yoro Tano. Tano, and he lost to other guy, but I think he also lost to Kota Ibushi. But Ishii just beat the fuck out of him. It was actually pretty interesting. Like, he was bleeding from his mouth. It was pretty raw. Okada, it's interesting watching a guy go through the post being a champion, because he's like changed his look from being in trunks to being in like pants. He's dyed his hair red, and it looks like, and people are saying like, oh, the reason why he's doing this because he feels the pressure of being a champion lifted off his shoulders. And I was like, that's really interesting, having someone who's been a former champion just be like, chill, you know? And overall, yeah, amazing. I can't say enough about it. You just gotta watch New Japan to really get it. Instead of like, you can't just talk about it. You gotta watch it. It's amazing. But let's get into something that's also amazing: NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
Round 4. Number 4. Yep.
A New Hope. Yeah, the NXT Brooklyn 4 was. How would you compare it to other takeovers this year?
Well, this is only the second takeover that I've watched live. First was New Orleans in April, and that's
a good start.
I would say I'd say New Orleans was better, but only slightly, because but this kicked ass. This entire show was fucking amazing from top to bottom.
I think the takeovers that accompany a really big pay-per-view are really, really good. I think the Chicago takeover, because that's becoming its own thing now, is they're gonna have yearly Chicago shows in like June-ish, July-ish.
I think it pretty much confirms, like, I'm getting on a tangent here, that Money in the Bank is now kind of as important as the Big Four because it came before that. And they only do the takeovers before like the really important pay-per-views on the main show.
Plus, it's good to give them a fifth show.
Yeah, I agree.
In my opinion, though, I think the break in between SummerSlam and Survivor Series is a little too big of a gap. I think they might, if they ever have a sixth show, they should have it like, I don't know, September or October.
Yeah,
like middle of September.
Maybe like ideally, maybe I'd start having takeovers be like bi-monthly.
Yes,
maybe. I kind of do like the gaps between them because it makes them feel more special.
Mm-hmm. That's why. Because like the thing is, NXT's roster isn't as big or
bloated,
well known and or like as star power-y as the main roster. So I think these like monthly is
I think that works. Yeah,
is much more apropos. But NXT is growing. It's getting girthier every year, and Triple H can't get any more prouder.
Triple H is straight up said on like he had a conference call after Brooklyn 4, and he straight up says he doesn't consider them developmental anymore. They're a third brand.
It's legit because like the guys in NXT are all wrestlers who've been wrestling for 10 plus years. So it's like these are all veterans. That's
part of the appeal. It's pretty much like an indie show with WWE production values.
Yeah, and Triple H's WWE production value, not Kevin Dunn, not Vince McMahon's getting their grubby, disgusting old man fingers all in there. It's Triple H getting his big, massive, girthy hands in it. Like honestly, it's all his. It's a huge vanity project because it's his baby, and it reaffirms to me that he's gonna be good once he gets in charge, if he ever is in charge. You know.
I agree. Yeah, he seems to be doing everything right for the most part.
Yeah, it's like he likes wrestling.
I know, crazy.
It's like it's like he has a deep love for the business instead of it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's start off with the initial bout.
Yeah.
The Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain.
Yes, and this was the definition of a hot opening match. This was so fucking good. Best tag match of the entire weekend.
Can I say I love the entrances? I love heel Roderick Strong. Basically, he's wearing his jacket, and you know that the belt is underneath his jacket, but he's like, I'm not going to show you the belt. I'm not going to show you it. Haha. Oh, here we go. Yeah. And like he's flashing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Kyle O'Reilly, he's jamming to the song on his on the belt. He's using it as an air guitar.
I know. It's very, that always feels very NW. I think they did that exact same thing in the NWO. They like air guitar the belt sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'm so happy that they're able to show so much personality in their entrances and all these little things.
It's great, especially because so many, like, in WWE, a lot of wrestling entrances, it's kind of just the dude, like, okay, gotta look cool, gotta just march a straight line.
Mm-hmm. It's very...
So it's nice.
There's a conspiracy theory on Reddit that people are saying, like, they're just not boring, but, like, people can't show as much personality because the company comes first, whereas NXT is like, no, you're first, always. Try to get yourself over. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But and Mustache Mountain, they come out as huge faces. I love the gimmick of they just have nice, beautiful mustaches.
I fucking love their tights in Toronto with just a giant like mustache.
Yeah,
it's delightful.
Trent Seven and Tyler Bate, they're great. Tyler Bate though, he gives me depression because he's 20 and he's doing all of this at age 20. And I'm age 23, and I'm like, fuck you.
I'm 26. How do you think I feel?
I know. It's like, god damn it. This baby boy, this buff little baby boy is coming out here upshowing us.
I know.
Back in my day when I was 20, I wasn't in it. I wasn't in NXT.
Well, he probably wouldn't have wanted to if it was like the reality show NXT.
Yeah. Oh God. Trent Seven, Big Boy season. This is #1 of Big Boy season. This match is awesome. Just fast paced. Just how strong is Tyler Bate? Holy shit! This guy is just strong as shit. He's like picking them up like they're nothing. He did that one spot where he was doing an airplane spin and the swing, and just tossing these fully grown men like they're nothing. It was very fun to watch.
That was like, I remember that was just what like thoughts going through my head as I was watching the match. That Tyler Bate is the fucking strong. Yes,
I am so fucking strong. I am the strong. He's so good, and it's like you're gonna get 20 years out of this guy. It's because he's so young and he probably takes care of himself really well. It's like it makes me excited seeing a young talent get his feeding, his footing in the business. It's exciting.
Yes,
it's like seeing he's like a Tom Holland, You just see this little boy, and you know that good things are coming from them. Roger Strong, I love his offense because now it's much more vicious. I mean, it was vicious before because he would just break dudes' backs, but now he's like finding much more interesting way to like destroy people's spines.
Yeah.
And Kyle O'Reilly, he's so good. He's so good. This guy's like the most like underrated Undisputed Era guy, but like he's so fucking good at what he does. It's like he's so crisp, he's so smooth. He sells like $1 million. It's like, man, give everyone belts. Just your awesome belts.
Exactly.
What'd you think, Josh?
I can't game this, but yeah, I absolutely loved it for like all the reasons you said. All 4 dudes do amazing work. There's this love, like I'm so bad articulating this, but I kind of I read up on kind of the back. I read a couple of like reviews of it, so I'm not gonna try to parrot the opinions, but it was interesting because I got a lot of backstory of the context of the rivalry and the relationship between the kind of like mentor-student relationship between Seven and Bates. It's
7, Bate, 9.
That was good. I'll probably have more to see on the air matches, but I did really enjoy this. The crowd loved it. They were losing the show over everything, and it was just a good, competitive, intense tag match. Great way to start the show.
Just the amount of kickouts too. I mean, I'm opposed to like finisher kickout, but this is a big deal match, so it makes sense here. Plus, it's not every month of finisher kickout. It's once every 3 months. Finisher kickout. That's more. It's more. I'm more accepting of finisher kickouts when they're on big shows, and it doesn't happen as often in NXT as if this was WWE. I'd be shitting all over it because they would be doing this every other month or every month.
There is one major. We'll get to it a bit later, but one match where I kind of had issue with it, not with the kickout, but cross the bridge. But yeah.
Up next.
I guess we should mention that after the Undisputed Era wins, they get beat the fuck out by the War Raiders, which kind of bugged me because the Raiders are, I guess, supposed to be the baby faces here, but like they're beating up on this exhausted, defenseless team that just legitimately won a hard fought match. It doesn't.
In the words of Bad Luck Fale, fuck them.
Fair enough.
They're asshole heels. They're giving their comeuppance. I mean, they fought valiantly, but still.
Yeah.
They're bad guys. They're still bad guys.
That's true.
They do bad things like brag.
Oh no.
Play air guitar.
Those fucking monsters.
No one in NXT, I mean, there's such a big divide between Ciampa and everyone else who's a heel. It's like everyone else is just semi-selfish and kind of arrogant, but like Ciampa's like a bastard.
Exactly.
So it's like funny to think of like in the sense that they're villains. It's like not really. So the next match, Velveteen, The Dream versus EC3. What does EC3 stand for, Josh?
I don't think WWE is legally allowed to say. But it's Ethan Carter III. Yeah.
No, you can't say that. Redacted.
Exactly. Yeah, like I guess to tell the artist for anyone's on to know, Ethan Carter III was in TNA. He was kayfabe. I think he was like the nephew. Thank you, of the owner of TNA or former owner of TNA, Dixie Carter, and he was.
I don't know anymore. I don't know who owns TNA. I don't know who runs it. I thought it was who's that chode who has his podcast on the WWE Network? Here's some. What's his name?
Tom Callis?
No, not Tom Callis. The guy who Brother Love.
Oh, Bruce Pritchard. No, he left TNA like ages ago.
Oh shit! This is how much we don't give a fuck about TNA. It's like,
I don't. We're struggling to remember who runs it now. But who gives a fuck? But yeah, Dixie Cart used to run TNA. EC3 was like her spoiled nephew. He was like this, snooty rich guy asshole. Mm-hmm. Very dumb. Pretty much
still is.
Yeah, playing the exact same character in NXT. Like even his theme is talking about how he's the top 1%.
I love his pointing to his name. He's like, yeah, E
C
and 3. Yeah. I'm gonna get a little bit mean here, but I'm sorry. He looks like a sentient piece of beef jerky.
He really fucking does. He's going overboard with the tanner, which I guess isn't character, but
if
still.
It's to get heat, then he's doing a good job. This is so I look good on TV. Then stop it. You look like you're in brown face. That's how bad it is.
Exactly.
Have you seen what he looked like when he was in NXT in 2011? When he was Derek Bateman.
2010.
Have you ever seen what he looked like before?
I probably have. I don't. Oh my god.
I know. Doesn't he look like what's his name? SNL guy, not Jesse Eisenberg.
I thought he actually looks like Adam Driver
Sandberg. To me. Yeah, Adam Driver or Adam Sandberg. Yeah. He looks like a buff Adam Sandberg. Now we know who Adam Sandberg can play in the EC3 biography movie.
Fuck yeah.
Before this match, they had a meeting, a summit, if you will,
in the spirit realm.
Velveteen Dream's
yes.
rental home that he doesn't own. That's not his house. This Ultra McMansion.
I fucking love that entire segment. It literally felt like it was pretty much like NXT Vice City or something.
I know, it was so weird. It's like, welcome to my mansion. Have a seat. Okay, now let's go for a walk. Take 5 steps forward. Let's have a chat. Don't... Ha, I thought you were going to push me into the pool. I'm not. And then he gets dumped into the pool. The mind game. It was perfect. It reminded me of Being the Elite, that's a show you should watch, Josh. Is Being the Elite. It's a funny wrestling show that's semi-kayfabe, semi-not kayfabe. So it's like the Bullet Club basically has their own little story going on, and it ties into the wrestling match, but it's done in this surreal, corny style that just makes it even more funnier.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Kenny Omega going, what the heck are you guys doing back here? Like, he doesn't swear at all. He talks like a old lady.
Okay, that. I really do need to catch up on all like the Bullet Club New Japan shit sometime.
Yeah, at least them. That gives you a good insight of what's going on between them, because I mean, one of them is literally the world champion. So
that's true. I guess before we move on to the match, they play a video package for Dream and EC3's feud. They show off their pool confrontation. I like how it was like this weird. They have like this weird argument in the spirit realm or something.
I know. What the hell is going on?
It felt really Lucha Underground to me, with like a Dream in like his weird purple mist realm, and then EC3 slashes through it with his yellow pea fog.
I know. What was that? It's like he peed into a fog machine and like let it rip. Yeah, it's really funny. I guess that's supposed to be gold, but it literally looks like pea fog.
It's seriously.
Look out for my piss, lol. So this match was fun. I wouldn't say it was the technical spectacle of the other matches, but this match was just a nice rubber match.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was a perfectly fine match.
Man, Velveteen Dream, he's so over, and I'm like, this guy, he's even though he's not winning, he's still getting over with the fans. And I feel like he's been slowly turning into a face.
Yeah,
because the fans just love him so much. Even though like his last match against Ricochet, he was calling him a Bingo Hall superstar, just completely like shitting on him because he's not a WWE guy. Something that a heel would do, and then now here he is being like, I need to win, I gotta win, and then it just makes him more. It was a natural babyface turn,
Yeah,
it wasn't forced. It wasn't like he's still him, but he's a face.
Yeah, exactly. He's still very flamboyant and over the top, but yeah, he's more. It's because like he just always comes off as like kind of heroic in his matches because he always feels like the underdog in them.
I know. He just has that look and that like feeling to him where he just has this. You just can't help but to like him. He has so much charisma.
Precisely. On that note,
I remember when I.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like
first.
I remember when I first saw him, like, this is such a dumb gimmick. He's just Prince. This sucks. Fuck you. And now I'm like, Velveteen Dream. Listening to commentary in this match was really, like, confusing because Dream and EC3... They were saying 3 for EC3 and Dream for Velveteen Dream, so 3 Dream, 3 Dream. I felt like they were mixing them up sometimes. Yeah. Overall, it was a really, really good match.
No, yeah. I kind of, I wasn't sure how much, because, like, Dream and EC3 have very contrasting styles. Like, EC3 is kind of very, like, he's kind of very big and slow, kind of, when he wrestles.
Yeah.
Where Dream's more, like, much more, athletic, spry, kind of, stuff like that.
Yeah, not flipping around, but more...
yeah, he's not like a high flyer, but, he's very agile.
Yeah, agile versus strength build. Who wins? And yeah, he's just EC3 is just this hunk of meat that came alive. And then you see a really good moment of because we were going into this match thinking that EC3 was going to win because Dream is someone who loses. Mm-hmm. But no, he was able to. He did it. He won.
Yeah, he does. He does the Death Valley Driver onto the apron. I think that was the finish, and yeah, and then he puts EC3 for a 3 count, and it's awesome because it's like his first major victory in like several months.
A year? No, I don't think he's ever won a
takeover
a takeover match. So this is his like very first win. He's beaten jobbers, but he's never got a big win. So this is good for him.
Yeah, this put him over huge.
I'm scared because like the call me up Vince message that he had on his ass is like, no, you don't want to go main roster, buddy.
No,
you want to stay. You want to stay in NXT as long as you possibly can.
Yes,
you don't, because you're everything Vince McMahon hates.
Also, I'll just make note of it. There's like one really gnarly spot when he Dream tried to do like a German suplex on the EC3, but like he something happened, but he like landed too hard or whatever, and like EC3's eyes got super fucked up. I don't know if you saw that.
I know that sucks. Luckily they go weeks with. That's another thing about NXT. Weeks without wrestling. Like guys take long weeks off. Sure, they do house shows, but they don't do like these TV / pay-per-view shows that often. So like they can recharge and
rested. Rebuild. Yeah, and so that means they can go super crazy in their matches because they know they can deal it off. Yeah.
So they can, and it's all taped. So again, it's like they can heal. Whereas in WWE, it's like wrestle now. You're gonna wrestle 5 to 10 matches this week.
Exactly. It's just
land on your head like a man. Okay. So up next, it's Ricochet, oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't say Prince Puma. What? It's crazy. Ricochet and Prince Puma, same person. That's
no.
That's so dumb. What the hell? And Adam Cole.
Say the line.
Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole,
no, wait, no, I gotta get over our gimmick of calling him Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole, baby.
If you that would be like if you wanted to play like a wrestling themed version of Marco Polo, that's how you do it. Like Adam Cole, baby.
Oh yeah, he can't resist the urge of saying baby after you say his name. It's like he's like his veins popping out of his forehead. It's like I gotta say it. I can't say it though. Yes, Michael Cole's son, Adam Cole, baby, the champion. Yes,
North American champion.
As much as I like Cole, I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. He has not been doing much with that belt.
No, very much. There's like, they have done nothing with that belt since, Cole and 5 other dudes tried killing each other with ladders in New Orleans in April.
They didn't even have a match at Chicago. Like, there wasn't a match. What the hell? It was just, Adam Cole was just hanging out with, Undisputed Era while they face Burt the Baldman. So why they couldn't get a match together for? It's just weird. Why didn't you guys put together a match for Chicago? Or to me, it should be like the TV title where he's defending it often on NXT.
Oh, I can agree with that. Yeah, because I like the North American Championship in that it's kind of like this. Because they kind of need to have that like singles mid card belt, but yeah, like it hasn't really. Hopefully that'll change now. But yeah, it's kind of sucked that we haven't seen much of it.
Yeah, hopefully Ricochet can like make it the TV title so like mid carders can have something to do, because it just felt like, no, this is my belt and I'm not gonna defend it.
Well, that kind of works. It isn't like Undisputed Era's shtick kind of that they want all the championship belts.
Yeah, so it makes sense, but I don't want these guys to break up. I don't want dissension, smellness. So it's like, nah, man. But this match was great.
I love this. Yeah, both the really good story coming in. It's kind of like Seth's basically Cole's he's kind of the cocky asshole heel, but he's also very they keep using the word cerebral on commentary, and that's kind of like he likes he does psychological warfare, and he's constantly trying to get into Ricochet's head and telling him you're not special, you're not kind of similar to what Dream was doing last in Chicago, where he's telling him he's like just this bingo hall minor league dude. Kind of the same.
I know everyone just keeps shouting things at Ricochet like leave him alone.
I know, he's a good boy. He just wants to do his flippy shit.
He wants to bend like rubber and just fly around. He's literally like a human ragdoll. To him, reality is an Unreal Engine.
Exactly.
But he's gonna start flinging around. So yeah, this match is really good. My favorite spot was the super kick when Ricochet's doing a backflip. I thought that was really good timing from both men.
Oh, that was spot of the fucking night, and that was like that's kind of why I said earlier. There's one kick out that bugged me was that because like when Cole did that super kick onto Ricochet, that should have been fucking it. That should have been the climax.
I know, but not everyone is Shawn Michaels, so your super kick is like half the strength of his super kicks. It makes sense. You're not the super kick master.
That she always gets whenever I like rewatch those really like high risk spots. It's like it just shows how fucking amazing these guys are at their jobs, because it's like if they moved any further, like they just miscalculated their timing, someone was gonna get fucked up.
I know.
Real bad.
And you got snobs, wrestling snobs who say, "Oh, these are just the PWG matches." Like, so okay, they're good. So shut your mouth. Not everyone can watch PWG because it's hard and it's weird, and I had to give money to some PayPal account or whatever. Come on, man. I don't know. I never.
Oh, also my favorite part of that spot. Well, my favorite touch of it was like when after like Cole actually managed to hit Ricochet and like he's down. Cole like has this holy shit, I actually did that look on his face, and he's like runs around. It's good.
Another really good spot was Cole is behind Ricochet, and Ricochet is like looking around, going, "What? Where's Adam Cole?" And Adam Cole takes down his knee pad to really exemplify how hard it's going to hit you, and then all of a sudden. It was amazing how well he was able to just dodge that knee, because it's like there wasn't any cues to. Sorry, excuse me. There wasn't any cues to like avoid it, or like a tap or a I'm gonna hit you now or anything. So like Ricochet just dodged it perfectly. So they must have rehearsed that like crazy, because. He ain't got no eyes in the back of his head. So, and then there was the apron, off the apron onto the floor, Hurricanrana. Just Ricochet's so damn good.
I know he is. Like, he's just so fucking fun to watch because he's just like impossibly athletic. Like you said,
I know.
Yeah.
I love. I don't know if I would say his style is like luchador, but it's like I love watching a high fly flippy dude who reminds me a lot of like young Rey Mysterio back when his knees were intact.
Exactly.
So, take care of your knees, Ricochet, because I want more of these matches. Goddammit. And Ricochet becomes your new North American champion.
North American. Yep.
Not American. That's on the main roster. North American.
North American.
Mexico and Canada too.
Yeah.
Those goddamn puck slappers. Yeah. Fuck them. Up next is my match of the night. Kairi Sane versus Shania Baszler. Baszler proving once again that she is one of the best bout machines in the company.
She's doing the Brock Lesnar thing better than Brock Lesnar is right now.
Because she shows up. She cares. I think she's really legitimately good. Like she's just
she's
good.
Fucking awesome. She's she's just this great like monster, y'all. She's so fucking intimidating and huge and just like grip can like just fuck you up.
Yeah, she's scary looking. Just all she needs to do is just not talk. She shouldn't talk. She has a very inappropriate voice, much like Brock Lesnar.
Yes,
she has. As me and Josh were researching Neanderthals, we learned that they had a weird shaped vocal cord that gave them high voices, as in the BBC video. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love that video, and it's so appropriate because, like, remember that one time where Brock Lesnar's like just flailing a chair around and screaming? And he's like,
yes.
He literally is a Neanderthal, and like I'm not saying Shania Baszler is a Neanderthal, but she just doesn't have this intimidating voice at all. So it's like, just don't talk, just be scary looking. You do that very well. She does look like corrupted Bailey though. Like if Bailey got exposed to dark magic, and she became corrupted by the dark magic, and she's like, "I'm Dark Bailey, fear me." Anyway, let's talk about this match. This match is really fucking good.
This is my match tonight too. Just like both her and Baszler and Kairi Sane do just fucking amazing job. It's everything I love in a good wrestling match. It's got high drama. It's got these incredible feats of athleticism. It's got like I can just gush about all day.
It shows the differences between. I know we're gonna keep saying this, but like, or at least I am, but. It's just so interesting to me seeing how NXT treats their women's division. You have two legit, very good workers put on an excellent display of like wrestling skill and all that. And then on the main roster, you have Alexa Bliss and Carmella. Champions. Ooh. It's like, god damn. What? it's nothing against Bliss and Carmella. It's just like, I know that those two aren't ever going to put on any match of this caliber ever. So it's like, it's kind of frustrating that the main roster does not get it yet. But they're kind of like, since they're so adjacent to NXT, they're like, our women's wrestling is epic and awesome, and look at how they go. And it's like, you watch them, they're okay at best, and then when you go to NXT, they're excellent. Just always good. They're always going to deliver. I still stand by that. Ember Moon versus Shania Baszler is like one of the best matches of the year, like men and women, in any company. It's like, it's just so good. And then you have the main roster. It's like, just meh. Who cares? Meh. Anyway, Randall, thank you.
That's cool. That's what it's just for.
What do you think, Josh?
But yeah, so I get sound up. Stories, obviously, Kairi Sane's, she's super happy, perky pirate princess. Baszler's a fucking nightmare MMA killing machine. So you have this good contrast, and yeah, really love this match. I guess what I'll say is there's lots of good drama because Baszler's super fucking sadistic in this match. Like, she like fucking has Sane pinned down and like just sadistically tries like breaking her leg.
I know, just like the way she works limbs, like she's like, I'm not trying to like put you in pain so you give up. I'm going to break you, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's like pretty much that Baszler is just a bully in this match. Like, even though like we made fun of her voice earlier, even like her trash talking did a lot to work that. Like the part where she's like when she was like trying to break Sane's leg and she's like, oh, look at me, I'm a pirate princess.
Yeah, like
that.
Why doesn't Kairi Sane just bring in a flintlock revolver, just or a sword or something? Come on, you're a pirate. You don't care about the rules unless she's an honorable pirate. But that makes no sense.
Nah.
She should be she should be the privateer princess.
And also gotta give a shitload of praise to Sane selling, because like in contrast to some certain guys on the main roster, when like Baszler fucks her leg up, she actually remembers to sell it for the entirety of the match.
That is so weird to me that like even any wrestler who just forgets what leg to sell, it's like, how do you not remember which leg was put into a hold?
I guess
you have two. It's not hard. You can't lose track of your legs.
Only defense is it's probably just like an adrenaline thing, because they're doing these crazy spots and shit. So maybe they just kind of forget momentarily that oh yeah, my leg's supposed to be messed up. Ow.
Well, whoopsie, ouchie. Like, what the hell? And sometimes it really bugs me when the hold looks pretty nasty looking, and then for some reason they're like, oh wait, oops, my leg was hurting. Ouch. Oops. Yeah. I'm like, it must be adrenaline or something,
Yeah, and going back to this match, it's great because it adds to drama, because it just makes Sane's a really fucking good like babyface in peril. Like she like even just like keep trying to get on the top rope, and like her facial expressions as she's just like working through the pain, trying to.
Yes,
it's so good. And then, sorry, trying to get my thoughts here. But
it's okay.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm so sorry. The ending at where like Sane does the elbow drop, and then like Baszler does the clutch onto her to hold her, but then Sane's able to like reverse it into a roll up for the win. That was just the perfect way to finish it, because it comes back.
It keeps Baszler looking strong too, because it's like, oh, I need to do a roll up to beat you. Whereas if she just beat her straight up, then it's like, oh, she kind of loses that monster edge. So
yeah,
very smart booking.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better than like, oh, I just beat you even though you're a monster. Haha. Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar anytime he wrestles Braun Strowman. I'm a monster. You can't beat me. Oh, you beat me.
No.
I've been beaten. Whoopsie.
No.
I dropped the cosmic cube. You're too tricky for your own good, Braun. Yep, and Kairi Sane is the new NXT Women's Champion. Woohoo!
Woo!
I was kind of expecting Baszler to come up on Monday to help celebrate with Ronda, but I think they might be holding out on that. They might do a rematch or something.
Yeah,
these guys these two can fight forever,
mm-hmm.
and I won't ever get tired of it. Anyway, let's get to something that I'm tired of.
I don't know.
Naughty Dog presents a game by David Cage, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Fuck, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just can't take it anymore. I'm done.
Are they becoming the John Cena and Randy Orton of NXT?
It just feels that way. It's just like
that,
I can't.
That feels
it's the same match.
That feels sacrilegious to say, but I kind of feel you.
It was like fine the first time because that was the first time ever, and then like after that, after the Chicago match was like a bit of more of the same, huh? And then now this is like a bit of more of the same, huh? And it's like they're becoming more and more cinematic as each time goes. It's like this is not what I want from NXT. This is WWE shit. This isn't. And it's like, why are these two having garbage matches too? Like, not like garbage in the terms of quality, like garbage wrestling.
Where they do lots of weapons over. I don't mind that because like it's supposed to convey that like these are like, how personal and brutal these are because they're literally just and how much they fucking hate each other because they're literally destroying the ring and everything around them to get each other.
That I know that's true, but like back in 2016. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had their feud, but they were all straightforward matches. They were all they were regular wrestling matches, and they were really, really, really good. And I feel like we're kind of being robbed of watching two actually good workers not put on a really passionate wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, this is definitely a passionate match, but it just doesn't. I think it's just a symptom of the fact that we've had this match like 3 times in a row now, and even with the tri-monthly gap, it's still kind of you can only do this so many times.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, you had months to think of something new. And it's like you didn't think of anything new. It's still the same damn match. Now it's getting longer and more long-winded and epicer. Mm-hmm. This was epic to the win, I guess.
There were a lot of spots I really loved though. Like one of the best was like the really fucking funny sequence where like Ciampa keeps like tossing chairs and tables and random crap. I think even like a poor NXT security guard on top of Gargano.
That was awesome. Okay, so in New Japan, there are these guys called Young Lions. They are the developmental talent, guys who are in the dojo, in the New Japan dojo, training to become wrestlers. Mm-hmm. And what they do in the meantime between training is they are basically like ring crew. They hold back. They act as kind of like guards from the roster, from the crowd to the guys on the roster. They give towels. They ice people after matches. They help people to the back. All these little things, just the menial shit that ring crew have to do. However, since they're trained wrestlers, they can take bumps and take offense from heels or people who accidentally run into them. So it makes like this interesting. This is a neat little thing where like guys are being flown, like guys are being hurled on accident or just like because they got caught in the crossfire. Mm-hmm. So like Minoru Suzuki will literally like, since he gets so heated, he'll start beating up Young Lions as he's on a rampage, or during his match with YTR, Kenny Omega got tied to a Young Lion because YTR likes to cheat. Like he cheats like crazy. So he took Kenny Omega's wrist ripped taped him to a Young Lion's wrist. So he was stuck on the outside with this Young Lion who's knocked out. So like before he beat the ref's count like at the very last second to get back in the ring, but he's still tied to the Young Lion. So So him and the young lion work together to form a cohesive unit to fight fight YTR. And then he breaks free, but then the young lion still gets like hurled out of the ring by YTR, who accidentally runs into him, and he just flies right out. So it's interesting.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It's like in Kill la Kill when those bowl cut students get like wiped out by Ryuko or Setsuki.
Oh my, yes, the mooks.
Like the mooks, they just or just side villains who just get like henchmen and thugs who just get like hit on accident. So yeah, and WWE needs more of that. And I loved how a literal human being was used as rubbish to keep down Johnny Gargano. Poor guy though. I know. He got the chair. He got a chair. I think a chair landed on his head.
Yeah.
Or the back of his neck. That didn't look fun.
No. Hopefully he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heat of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
A heated wrestler moment.
Not that kind, Hulkster.
Uh-huh. Oh boy. Overall, I just thought this match was just a little slow. This is their worst match,
which means it's still very good, but it's not. It just kind of like I think it just suffers account from the fact that the novelty's kind of worn off, where it's kind of like they can only do the same sort of brutal, intense blood match where everything gets destroyed so many times.
I know, it's like until you guys start legitimately bleeding, then go back to the drawing board, okay? And the way this match finished, which was Gargano, after handcuffing Ciampa to the set, he starts beating the fuck out of him, and then he's like, I'm gonna run you over with my knee on the edge of the stage. Here I go. Bonk. Whoops. Whoopsie. Bonk. Bonk. Gonk. Doink. Doink. Ah. Darn. My knee is blown out. How could this ever happen? And Ciampa just stands up and is like, I'm fine. And I win. It just felt really dumb. It was like cartoony. It was literally Looney Tunes.
I get what they're trying to go with it there, because the whole theme of the story is that Gargano is he's pretty much, in his bid to destroy Ciampa, he's going to the dark side and becoming more unhinged, and because before that, he when he handcuffs Ciampa, he's literally just torturing a dude by that point. He's just beating the fuck out of him while he's down. It's just so it's kind of like it's meant to show that it's his own fault that he got too into his rage, but it just looks stupid. The way they present it looks stupid. Because like you said, it's literally is like a pratfall.
I swear I could have sworn I saw Gargano as he was hovering, as he was in midair. He's standing there in midair, and he's feeling the ground. He's trying to feel the floor, but there's nothing there. And then he holds up a sign and says, "What? Yikes!" and he falls. Jesus. There's being oh, you hurt yourself out of your own blood rage, and then there's being a complete dumbass.
The finish for their next match should be Ciampa painting a tunnel on the wall.
The entrance. It's like he runs into an entrance ramp and he hits a wall.
Yes.
Ciampa there's Ciampa oats on the floor, and then Ciampa starts eating the oats, and then you see Gargano with a catapult, but the catapult does a backflip onto Gargano. Or Anvil. We need more Wile E. Coyote in wrestling. My opinion.
I would be down for that. Just the silly match.
Dumb shit. A silly match. So yeah, that was NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Overall, a solid show. I just don't like the last match.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Debate me. Change my mind.
You'll be forgiven.
Debate me. Debate me. Debate me.
I will break your back on the wheel of logic.
Listen, this match was pretty epic. I really like this match. I think this match was really, really fun. And if you don't agree with me, then I think you're just a necessary. Okay?
That was pretty fucking dead on.
He talks like, if those who don't know, I'm making fun of Ben Shapiro, but he talks like he has somewhere to be and he needs to tell you everything he needs to tell you before he leaves. Like he's in a hurry. He's just... Have you ever seen him talk about Infinity War? It's like he's saying as many words as he possibly can in like 2 seconds. Gotta say, Thanos, his nuts are really fat. It's crazy. When he did that snap, I gasped. I was alone in theater, but I still gasped. Fuck you. Want to talk about SummerSlam?
I guess.
The biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Bum bum do 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 bum 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 bum. Have you ever seen those? Have you ever seen the? What year was that? I think it was 2006 SummerSlam's ads.
Oh yeah, like I saw the poster for it where it's like Triple H and Shawn Michaels having a barbecue.
And I think they're naked underneath their apron. They could be just wearing their ring gear, but it just looks like they're naked.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is a. I guess I should just keep scrolling, huh?
like Shawn Michaels like, yeah, you want a hot dog? This puts a plate right below his crotch.
Oh no. That's something that 90s Shawn Michaels would do, the fucking dirty man.
Yes.
SummerSlam 2018, we're in Brooklyn. Man, fuck Brooklyn. Man, fuck New York. That's not summer. Josh, do you think of Los Angeles or New York when you think summer?
Los Angeles, but I'm also closer to there, and I also associate Los Angeles with heat and dying.
Shh. Don't give us away. I'm not trying to transparently tell them to have SummerSlam at Los Angeles so I can go again. I miss those days because they used to have SummerSlam every year at SummerSlam. It's like, damn it. I miss those days.
Yeah. Maybe they just...
Where I didn't go.
Maybe they still want to be on fire.
That's true. It's like, there's no water here. I'm thirsty. We're not going to have it here again. No, please come back to LA, WWE.
Yeah. They're coming... Survivor Series is going to be in LA this year.
I know. I might have to look into tickets.
Yeah, same.
Hopefully they have not sold out.
Yeah.
Because that means takeover, and usually their Survivor Series takeovers are mwah.
Yeah, it's gonna be War Games again.
Mamma mia! I know.
Which I'm happy for.
But takeover Toronto was really really good, and last year was really really good. So it's like I want more, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And Survivor Series was also really good last year, so it's like it's a win-win.
Exactly.
It's not like, okay, you're gonna get one good show and then one long show.
That aside, though, I actually thought this was a fucking amazing crowd. Though this was like they added so much to a lot of the matches here. They were into it like from start to close. Mm-hmm. New York pretty much always has good crowds, though.
Yeah, smart. That's like I think
it's Mark Central
East, the
East Coast,
is like East Coast, Northeast sort of area. That's like WWE territory.
Miami.
That's better than the South.
Mm-hmm.
The South are still salty that WCW lost, but don't worry, the WCW shall rise again. I didn't watch the pre-show. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I watched it for us. It was sad. It was kind of just this nonstop sadness. Because it was like the arena was mostly empty, so you had like
again. Oh, they did not learn from last year. That happened last year. Remember, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and Jason Jordan versus
the Miz Taraj.
The Miz Taraj. Oh man,
I know. That was a clusterfuck. I don't think that was an accident here. It's just because people were like arriving slowly, but like.
Yeah.
It but fucking imagine that like you're on the second biggest show of WWE, and like but you're on the pre-show and no one is there, and the only dudes watching your match are Sam Roberts and JBL.
It's Did you see that? I think Rusev like tweeted out like it's an honor being on the pre-show or some really sarcastic shit.
Yeah, it was like it'll be an honor to be on the pre-show with the cruiserweight belt.
Holy shit!
I know he's so.
He's. I mean, I feel
It's a passive aggressive,
but like, I'm glad that he's able to at least air his frustrations out without worry.
No, yeah. So, like, I guess I'll TLDR each match, each pre-show match. First one was Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega versus Rusev and Lana in mixed tag match. It was fine. It was just, like I said, no one was fucking there, so they were just kind of wrestling to nobody. Doing Lana and Vega had a big cat fight and shit, and then Cien got the pin on Rusev, and then they won. Almas and it's nice. Almas and Vega got that big win, but it's kind of a very nothing match. No consequence.
And Vega and Lana, who's hotter, Rusev or Cien?
I think Rusev.
Curveball.
I'm a little bit on the big boys.
Yeah, it is big boy season. I should have known.
Next
I
up,
love when Almas and Vega do that pose, the chilling out pose.
Yeah,
like,
when Almas like is leaning on the ropes, he's like, how you going?
And Vega, that little lady, just comes out, sneaks in and does the pose with it. It's cute.
I know, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Almas gets some good things going for him because he's really good.
Yeah, he is. I mean, they haven't treated him badly or anything. He just hasn't had a major match on the pay-per-view so far.
Yeah,
but this Extreme Rules for
He did have
kickoffs.
a match with AJ Styles recently on SmackDown, so like big things.
Yeah,
big things.
Don't fuck it up because
please don't fuck it up.
They're awesome. Next up is Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight Championship. It's
if Drew Gulak was a communist, his name would be Drew Gulag.
But this was an okay match. It was this is gonna be the tone for the kickoff show. Gulak's, I don't pay attention to 205 Live, forgive me, but I think Gulak's thing is that he hates all the flippy shit, so he doesn't wrestle like a cruiserweight, even though he's in that division.
I know, it's weird.
It's weird. It makes the match kind of fucking boring, though, because it's just not, just Gulak wrestling like a normal dude and Cedric doing some flippy shit. Is
he still doing the no fun allowed gimmick?
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Like, they realize, like, oh, he's not a high flyer, so we'll give him the no fun allowed gimmick so he can be a good heel. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a nice way to get heat. It was just kind of like, it's one of those things where I like the idea of it, but it doesn't make for a fun match when he's doing the shtick. But yeah, it was fine. Cedric wins. My friend who was watching the show with me brought up a good point that Cedric's kind of steamrolled through the entire cruiserweight division. He hasn't. I don't think there's like a credible opponent for him now.
Hideo Hitami is probably going to be the big fight,
That'd be cool.
Because Hideo deserves it because he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That or I think Leo Rush is also like kind of on an upswing. It's like you see all these other guys he hasn't faced yet, so
yeah.
I just wish that 205 Live was taped and at Full Sail at Full Sail.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because that
intimate setting's way better.
Because they show him after SmackDown, I think, which probably does not help at all because the crowd's already had like 3 hours of SmackDown and now they have to sit through another 2-hour show. Like,
I know. It's like, God damn it. People can't take it. It's like, you're asking a lot out of these people, and it hurts them. It's like, they should totally be at Full Sail.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, our third match of the pre-show is the B team of Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas versus the Revival. For the
B team, go.
Oh, I fucking love their new theme. Like they for a couple weeks they had like this 2005 ass like mall metal song, but I forgot what it was. But it was like something like it always cracked me up because it didn't fit them at all.
Yeah.
But now they have like this really like cheesy like high school marching band sounding theme, and I fucking love it.
The B team. B
B
team.
team.
B team.
Go, go, go.
B team. B team. Let's do some blow. All right. And yeah, the revival. Man, the revival deserves so much more. They should be champions by now.
Mm-hmm. They were kind of like, yeah, they haven't just done much of note on Raw. They're kind of just these guys.
These guys.
Guys.
It's like they were so good in NXT. Like they legitimately one of the best tag team matches ever. And NXT at TakeOver Toronto, and then like here they are, just dudes, guys being dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just bugs me.
Nah, I understand. I kind of like the contrast between this match though, because the B team are kind of like these scrappy, they're these dorky, scrappy underdogs who kind of, well, like the revival are like these ice cold motherfuckers, but it's kind of. Yeah, so it's a very short match. Axel spends most of it out actually. Like they get rid of him early. It's kind of Dallas being bullied by the revival, but then Dallas through like Axel manages to come in for the hot tag. He beats him up, and then he tags in Dallas, and through sheer dumb luck, he gets a roll up on one of the dudes, and he wins, and they're still the Raw Tag Team Champions. And that's been
Raw's tag division sucks, folks.
It really fucking does.
The state of it.
Like
this is the state of it. They have this. Who else is a tag team on Raw?
There's the Authors of Pain, who they actually finally had a match again on Raw last night, which was nice. But they haven't done anything before that, which sucks because they were fucking awesome on NXT. They were like my favorite tag team on there.
Big boy season. How many times we gotta say it?
Aside from them, there's Titus Worldwide, which that says a lot. And
oh fuck! I forgot. I forgot that was a fact. I forgot that was like a group because it includes Tozawa and Dana Brooke and
Apollo Crews.
But I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that was a group.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they had the match with Authors of Pain on Raw last night. And it was actually a pretty good match. It was actually competitive. It was nice seeing these underutilized guys have a good match, but that's not the norm.
Maybe they realize that they're kind of like a tad bit green.
Yeah.
Still, even though they were in NXT for a year, but I think they were just like, oh, we need to get these guys up. They're former champions.
Yeah. Aside from them, there was also, it's not only a thing anymore, but there's the Woken Lovers duo of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. But Bray...
I love that name.
I love it too. Matt's in like a weird limbo because he's injured and he's currently in rehab. He says he's currently rehabbing to see if he can get better, but if not, he's probably going to retire.
Damn. But then again, it's like him and Jeff have had like a 20-year career, so it's like you forget that it has been a 20-year career, not like, oh man, that was too late, too soon. And I'm like, wait, no.
They've pretty much outlasted all the other popular Attitude Era teams.
Well, no, actually, the Dudleys are still wrestling.
No, they're not. Devon retired in 2016, and Bubba was forced to retire in last year because he got a concussion at a Ring of Honor show.
Oh.
So yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, no, they're.
Wait, no, Bubba's got a concussion before, and he in 2001
This was like a
Sorry. No, it was literally like a worked concussion where him and Devon were both concussed from concertos from Edge and Christian. So they worked their match. So like they took offense to the head the same way like someone with a hurt arm works a match. So it's like, my head, ow, my head, you hit me too hard. It's like that's not how a concussion works, but okay.
True.
But yeah. Tag team division.
Yeah, it's kind of garbo.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was actually gonna say I just looked up Wikipedia to make sure it's correct, but actually no, Bubba is unretired. He thought he kind of went, I'm retired. Actually, no, I'm not. to pro
I'll never
wrestling.
retire. Forever. I swear, like some wrestlers will wrestle to the day. I think even some wrestlers, like even if they were to die, they'd still wrestle somehow, like muscle memory.
Exactly. I think so.
I'm convinced Terry.
Yeah.
I'm convinced Terry Funk died like 5 years ago, but he's still wrestling somehow.
It's like it's a wrestler exclusive version of like rigor mortis.
Yeah. Wrestler Mortis. Isn't Rigor Mortis that show that Redditors watch?
I think so.
Yeah, Rigor Mortis.
Rigor mortis. Yes.
I'm Pickle Rick. All right.
But yep. So yeah, that's the kickoff show. It was. It's not worth watching. Don't bother with it. You're not missing like any hidden gems here.
It wasn't like last year when the New Day and the Usos fucking had a barn burner on the pre-show.
Yes.
So
starting off, before we get to show itself, we give actually pretty cool intro with Terry Crews just saying how SummerSlam's the hypest thing ever.
Power.
Yes.
That was really cool that they got Terry Crews to do that cool opening, and it's like, it's New York. The guy, he's playing the drums on buckets. New York.
Yeah. Every street corner in New York has a dude that plays drums.
Terry Crews wasn't wearing Tim's, so this was not authentic.
No. Well, we'll let slide.
I guess.
I did really like the graphic design of this year's SummerSlam because it has very like they kind of showed like a sun-soaked New York City skyline. It looked really cool, all the graphics and stuff. And then we get.
So I hear that the beaches in New York are really disgusting. So don't go to the beach. Just pretend that you're at the beach from your hotel room. Fuck you, New York. Fight me.
Mm-hmm.
If only you had beaches like we do in California. We're on fire. Please send help. We're burning. I'm on fire right now. Ah!
So our official first match of the night is Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Channel.
Yes.
And
oh my god, I for the first time in forever, I'm happy to see a Dolph Ziggler match. I love this duo that they're doing with Ziggler and McIntyre because they're just buddies who are heels. And
exactly. It's great. Like McIntyre is pretty much just, Dolph's like big scary bodyguard friend.
Yeah. But it's not like, this is my it's not like a shitty heel who has a bodyguard. It's like, this is my bodyguard. Like, no, they're buddies.
No, yeah.
They're friends. They're pals. They're the silver romancers.
And I love that they parallel it now with the returning Dean Ambrose with Rollins because now Ambrose is big and scary. And he
oh my god, he yoked up. Mm-hmm. He is so buff now. What the hell? He ate Dean Ambrose. That's not Dean Ambrose. That's Dean Ambrose from the future eating Dean Ambrose. Because look how much he looks way older too. Maybe it's because he cut his hair.
No, that's exactly what it is. He just seriously, it's like he looks like he aged a decade, but in a good way.
Yeah, he's like wine. He he looks like someone who went and fought in a dimension and fought aliens in another dimension. He came back and he's all rugged now.
He just needs like an eye patch in the middle arm.
Yeah. A huge scar and a he looks great. I love his new look. I like that he's kind of embracing that he has a receding hairline instead of, no, I still have hair. I'm brushing it all to the forward, but I still have hair.
He owned it.
The Aaron Paul cut or whatever.
Oh my god!
Not Aaron Paul. What the fuck? No, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
Aaron Paul is Jesse.
And Aaron.
He knew when to shave his head.
Yes.
Bitch. Yo, Mr. White. We should review Breaking Bad, but as if it's a wrestling match. dissension, smelliness between Skylar and Walt. Who's gonna betray who? Whose side is she on?
Who's gotta fucking go over here?
She slid a chair. Oh no, the chair went to Hank. Anyway, let's talk about this match. This match is really, really good.
Yeah, this kicked ass. This was the perfect way to properly open the show. Should note that, like, while Rollins and Ziggler are, the guys in the ring, Ambrose and McIntyre are, like, constantly stalking around it, interfering. McIntyre is doing, like, kind of what he's been doing for a while, where he interferes on behalf for Ziggler's matches, and Ambrose is there to make sure he doesn't pull any of that bullshit this time.
I know, and I love how in his face he got like, "Do something, motherfucker! I dare you!"
Oh, I know. It was fucking.
You would.
It was legit some like Wolverine and Sabretooth shit when they got on their faces.
I know. They kind of look like Logan and Sabretooth. Holy shit! McIntyre kind of does look like Lee Schreiber, huh? That's funny. Yeah, it's cool seeing wrestlers be tough guys instead of like wrestlers be I got owned. Nothing I can do about it.
I don't know why it's funny to me, just the fucking old guy voice.
Leave me alone. Because that's what I feel like WWE has this problem where guys aren't really tough. They're just like, they take shit, like the onages, everyone talking shit. Like back in the day, you could tell no one took shit,
Yeah.
Let me crack open this Monster Energy drink. You see, men were men back in the day. But yeah, I like seeing big rugged men on my screen. Hey, wait.
It's okay. I do too.
This match was really fun. It's good when there's actual stakes and not like, oh, I guess we'll just pin each other for a couple hundred times during this match.
Oh
for
god,
30
yeah.
minutes.
This is my opinion. Since we need to do Extreme Rules, but I was gonna go off on it. Most Iron Man matches fucking suck.
It's gonna go overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, my transition move that I do a billion times a match is what's gonna pin you, asshole. It's like,
exactly.
Off.
It's pretty much like the most of the match doesn't mean anything, and it's not until the end where it actually gets like
last 2 minutes.
Yes.
It's like I don't like them.
Yeah. Oh, the only two ones I've seen that I liked are the Sasha Banks Bayley match at one of the takeovers, and John Cena and Shawn Michaels Iron Man match on a Raw. Those were good.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That's it. Match sucks. Sorry.
Yes.
Hot take.
But yeah, no. In contrast, though, this match fucking awesome. Loved it a lot. Rollins, as always, he's probably legit the best dude on the roster right now in just terms of pure athleticism.
Yes, him and Styles. I don't know how those two have just been avoiding each other this entire time, but part of me hopes. No, but I don't think by SummerSlam or Survivor Series that Styles is gonna, or like both of them are gonna be world champion or anything. But
that would be hype though.
I want these two to have a match. God damn it!
Me too. I mean, Survivor Series would be perfect time because they're doing the Raw versus SmackDown thing. You could do that.
Watch some dumbass say like, actually, back in some indie promotion no one's ever fucking heard about, Tyler Black and AJ Styles had a barn burner.
They actually
Oh wait, no, they did have a match.
Yeah, they did. When it was actually if I don't think you watched it, but like one of the WWE 24 specials, they had one on Rollins when he was recovering from his knee.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
And yeah, he talks about how like he had that match with Styles and like just how awesome of a dude Styles was to him and how he helped inspire. Like after their match, Styles literally grabbed the mic and was like, this dude right here, he's gonna be the future of wrestling. You just to watch.
And he is.
He is. And yeah, I also I love like Ziggler's like constant shit talking during a match. He's like just doing some really good heel stuff where he's constantly like, "No, shut up," or he'll constantly get into like Ambrose's face and like, "Stay the hell out of my match," which just feels like the stupidest thing to do to him. Because Ambrose could probably rip Ziggler in half like in Deadpool 2 when Juggernaut pulled Deadpool apart.
What was I telling you that I want to see that as a match? Oh.
You did. I'm stealing your comparison.
Was that who I said it was? I could have sworn it was like Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss, where Rousey just picks up Alexa and just tears her in half. It was probably something else, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, I fucking love that Ziggler had the Intercontinental belt print on his sights.
I know.
So douchey. It's perfect.
People need to do more Rick Rude pants in wrestling.
It's a lost art form.
Just like have your tights have decorative meaning. It's hilarious. I remember one time Rick Rude had a tombstone on it. It said Ultimate Warrior.
That's good.
I know. Well, now it's not.
Well, not now, but back then. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, this match was fun. There was one spot that I was like, oh, what were you doing there? It's like, Rollins had Ziggler up for the suplex, but then they both fell out of the ring. I don't know if someone was awkward with their weight or mess up, but they redeemed themselves by doing that reverse suplex.
Oh, that was fucking insane. And also, I kind of ran about this with the Cole Ricochet match, but almost think that should have ended the match because, like, Rollins does this fucking insane vertical suplex on the Ziggler that doesn't take him down, but a stomp later does.
I know, that's weird, but the stomp is pretty good. I love the stomp.
Oh, the stomp's a great finisher. But yeah, you're right.
How they led up to the stomp was really, really good. So it's like, it makes sense.
And of course, it was awesome. Like, they did a really good job kind of having Ambrose be like this ticking time bomb because he's constantly pacing around the match and he's just like full of anxiety because he just hates all this waiting. And you're waiting.
I want to fight.
Exactly.
I want to do fight, yeah.
And then when finally McIntyre like acts up too many times and like Ambrose just stares into him and does the dirty deeds on him, you can just see how eager he is to finally, let it rip. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Fun fact, before Drew McIntyre left, he did the same thing. That same finisher as his finisher, and he called it the Future Shock. It sucked.
Oh.
I'm so glad he has the Claymore. That's a better looking move. The running on one single leg drop kick.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. I love it. It reminds me of Daniel Bryan's knee. That was a really good match. Shouts to Seth Rollins. You deserved it. I'm so glad that the crowd was into this match. Like, just totally into the match.
Oh, I know. They
ate it up.
Yes.
It's like good things come to those who wait a month and get a better crowd and a better match.
Because that one thing I was nervous about with the negative crowd reaction to, Extreme Rules last month is that the management was going to be like, oh, I guess they don't like Seth Rollins. Let's put him down the card. But I'm glad that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's best to open a match and close. Or it's best to open a show and close a show. No one wants to be the pee break match, so it worked out for them.
Mm-hmm. And next up, we got the New Day versus the Bludgeon Bros in a match for the SmackDown Tag Championship.
What if the Bludgeon Brothers came out in football gear and they threw tiny hammers up in an arc? And
that would rule.
The only way you can defeat them is if you jump on their heads.
I know you don't play it anymore, but like one of the new outfits for the Overwatch update has like rain dart with these fucking football themed armor, and that's what I'm imagining I'm wearing.
Overwatch, huh? Let me quote Balak Fale. Fuck him! I love doing that. That's my favorite video to link his conference at G1 2018 is he just looks around the room and then he gets close to them and screams, "Fuck him!" And since no one knows English, everyone just thinks he just said something weird. And then like he sits next to Adam Page, and Adam Page is giving him this look of, "What the fuck are you doing?" Anyway,
they both come. Bludgeon Bros come out with their standard, scary, horror movie masks, and then
I saw a really good tweet that said, when people were asking for the Young Bucks and when people were saying they wanted the Young Bucks in WWE, they didn't mean this because they're wearing deer antlers and like deer skulls.
But oh god, I'm imagining that like a comical mishap from WWE. Like you remember the Zach Gowen thing and how like Laurinaitis hired the wrong one-legged wrestler.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what happened. Like they wanted Zach Gowen because he was this big name, but and Lauren was like, okay, but then he accidentally hired another one-legged dude by mistake. So, yeah.
Oh man, I hope. I love your Laurinaitis. It's really funny.
Thank you. But yeah,
I just like how you make him sound like a big idiot because that's what he is.
Exactly. But
this match was really good.
It was
until the finish.
Yeah, this was like legit better than I was ever expecting to be, and I don't want to shit on the Bludgeon Bros because I actually do like Harper and Rowan a lot, but I'm gonna give a lot of this to New Day because they worked their asses off.
I know, and it's like it's a shame because like I really want to see these four put on a good show and put on a good match, but it's like when you do a DQ at one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, it kind of feels like you're robbing the fans.
People
want to see conclusions.
My take is never do a DQ for your main event, but I don't mind it here because it worked for the story they were conveying, which is TLDR. The reason why there's a DQ is because the New Day are like the Bludgeon Bros so far have just pretty much had squash matches. They've beat up every tag team on SmackDown. They do their things on the New Day, but the New Day are they're too resilient. They keep coming back up, and eventually Rowan just panics and whips out his hammer. Not that way. And
not that hammer.
And then and starts wailing on Xavier and Big E, but then that gets him DQ'd. And it shows that the New Day have sorry, I'm trying to say it worked because it showed that the Bludgeon Bros are they're slipping, they're getting desperate, and they're not on the same level as the New Day on wrestling ability, so they have to use other means to win, or at least get a match.
I would believe that, but they were murdering the Usos and New Days earlier this year, so it makes no sense that
it worked there because that was several months ago, and the New Day have probably adapted to Bludgeon Bros.
This ain't anime, man. No one gets better in a few months. 6 years.
Well, they can get used to finding opponents, and
unless they went to the hyperbolic time chamber, and
that's what they did. Xavier Woods went to the secret fighting game training center that Kenny Omega hangs out in and learned the secrets.
Clearly not, because Kenny Omega washed him. I forgot who was talking about Kenny Omega, but it's it was actually a really good Street Fighter guy, and he said he faced Kenny Omega and Kenny Omega beat him. He was like, Kenny Omega plays like no other. This is one of the best non-pro Street Fighter players ever. I don't know how he's not a pro.
Yes.
He's really good at Cody. I don't know how.
My favorite, this was from last year, you know how Giant Bomb has their Game of the Year kind of things where they have different dudes write for them? And they had Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega co-write one, and Xavier Woods put Tekken 7 as his favorite game of the year, but Kenny only put in his honorable mentions because he said any game where Xavier can beat me regularly must be broken. So he's a salty boy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I trust Kenny Omega's list more than not Anthony Burchell. They had Phil Fish one year, and it really pissed me off. I was like, why? Who? Get out of here. Fuck off. Anthony Fish, we're fuck, I keep mixing them up. Anthony Birch and Phil Fish.
That's okay. They're pretty much the same dude.
Gucci. Gotta get some Gucci, ma'am. Ma'am. May I get some Gucci, please? That's later, though, in the... We'll get to that.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was lame, but you think it's cool. Your argument is valid.
Thank you. I'm valid.
But you're wrong. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong.
No,
anyway,
shut up.
Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. This sucked.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not really a fan. There's like, spoiler alert. There's like 3 squash matches on the show.
3,
and of them, this is the one I feel like shouldn't have been a squash match, or at least not as squashy, for like a better word. Because I don't think KO should be able to take on Strowman in a straight fight, but like he shouldn't be getting his ass wiped completely though.
It's like it's I think it's dumb because it's like, remember, how is it that Kevin Owens is this isn't the same Kevin Owens from like 2014, 2015, 2016 when he was a killer, when he was a legit killer, like he killed Machine Gun Kelly. God bless him, but it was like he did all these cool things, and now he's just a lame wad. He's a goober. He's a goofster.
Yeah, he's pretty much
a clown.
Him, Corbin, and Steph are pretty much Team Rocket on Raw. They're just these
what the hell? And Corbin used to be a killer. Remember when Corbin couldn't be beaten, and like he was like, even when he lost, it was because someone had to pull some shit out. It's like, oh, what happens?
Yeah.
What happens to heel wrestlers in WWE where they can't be killers, and it's like after a year or two they just lose their edge? It's like, what there can only be one.
I don't know. Maybe they just think because KO's like this schlubby fat dude, they think no one can take him seriously as a threat, so they make him like, God.
Damn it, Vince! Don't you know it's Big Boy season?
Exactly. Well, that's good. I was actually on the Corbin thing. I'm almost legit convinced now that the Andre the Giant Battle Royale Memorial Trophy is cursed. Because look, the first winner was Cesaro. After he won, he didn't do shit for years, and he only became got a notable spot on the card after he got paired with Sheamus. Next year after that was Mojo Rawley. No, that was Baron Corbin. I think Big Show was in 2015.
Big Show,
and he's Big Show. They pretty much had to give him a win because he's he's a son.
That's his son. Yeah, that's his dad. He has his shirt. I have my dad's shirt. Hogan, do you know what this is? It's his shirt. I love WCW. And yeah, then Corbin
in 2016,
and then Mojo fucking Rawley.
And the last person he eliminated was Jinder Mahal, who went on to have more success than Mojo probably will ever have.
And who won this year?
Matt Hardy. And
at least Matt Hardy at least won. He's won the. But Matt Hardy had to cheat to win.
And now he might have to retire. Makes you think.
Really makes you think. It's like the best way to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale is not to be in it at all. That's what I say. Yeah, this was lame. I don't like it. Especially when the promo package was longer than the match.
Oh, I know. It does not make Braun look good because he just comes off as like this insane stalker.
I know. It's like, oh, you're just a big giant loser who just bullies people. You're a bully.
Yeah,
you're a bully.
I mean, that's a lot. Most WWE babyfaces are, for being honest.
Goddamn Braun Strowman and his tall GF. Have you seen the pictures of him? And his
you showed me that. She has like the Get These Hands shirt over her.
No, I
get those hands.
Whoa,
that was awesome.
Like, whoa, lady, calm down. But she's tall too, cause like she's at the shoulder level. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Strowman seems like the type of dude who'd be into tall girls.
Cause it's like his height. But that means he's off Tinder. Have you ever seen his Tinder picture? It's him sitting in a hot tub flexing.
Oh, yeah, I did.
It's the funniest thing. It makes him look like such a cuddly little man, a cuddly guy instead of the monster among men.
Yeah. I guess before we move on, we should note the stipulation for this match was that Strowman's Money in the Bank contract was on the line. In that it was weird because I actually thought Owens was going to win because he has like a super heel friendly advantage here because they said if Strowman loses it anyway, even by DQ, Owens gets it. But
I know. What?
But no.
You should nope. Even though he should have been DQ'd for doing a choke slam onto the fucking
metal. The middle part of like the entrance ramp.
Yeah, that should be a DQ.
Yeah, that was gnarly. I'm wondering what's happened with Kevin. Did he piss someone off backstage? Is he injured and gonna take time off? Is it like what are they doing with him?
Vince has new husbandos. He has left his old husbandos to the dust.
He's actually gonna. I don't know if you've heard of the show they're gonna do in Australia, the one that's gonna be like the Greatest Royal Rumble, where it's kind of like non-canon house show, but it's fancy.
It's in a less racist country.
Yes.
Or a less horrible country, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about racist. They seem to get a lot of Stephen Molyneux and Laura Loomer talking in there.
Oh, yeah.
Not Ingram.
Yeah.
One of the Lauras. They're all the same.
They're all, yeah. One of the matches is going to be Kevin Owens and John Cena, so maybe we'll... Probably not.
Well, no, because we're going to see John Cena debut his 6th move.
Woo!
It took him, It took him 16 years to finally get a new fucking move. I hope it's not the springboard stunner that he used to do. That sucked.
This match was just kind of disappointing. But feeling bad for KO. Even though I like Strowman a lot, kind of just I'm trying to remember because I'm sure there was like a lot of backstage segments, but I'm trying to like, if they were probably forgettable.
Yeah, there was I don't know when the Elias segment was, but all that was is just his guitar.
That was before the D-Rye Miz match. That was so fucking. I guess we'll talk about it here. That was so fucking weird. I was like, what was that about? Because it's literally Elias on stage. He's gonna play a song or something. Then his guitar doesn't work, and he gets mad and he leaves. That's it. I don't know. Did Bobby Lashley get like stuck in traffic or something?
Yeah, his headband didn't fit him. So he was like, I gotta go to the headband store and get a new one. Oh no, I'm stuck in New York traffic. Hey, I'm walking here. God damn, there's so many people.
It's getting out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too many people were walking here, and he couldn't get forward.
Because Bobby Lashley's a babyface now, so he can't just barrel through them. If it was Brock Lesnar, he just like just toss him aside.
I know. I like this idea that Bobby Lashley's in the car lane because he's that big. So he has to share the road with other cars instead of walking on the sidewalk because he's too big. It's canon.
Yes. Next up is a triple threat match for the SmackDown Women's Championship between Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Carmella.
Josh, you admitted to me that you like Iggy Azalea. What's it like being Iggy Azalea's number one fan?
I'm so sorry. I saw Carmella's theme was catchy, and then he starts talking.
The night he started ruining his life.
Damn you.
This match is funny at the end. But
I actually thought
overall,
it was a pretty kick-ass match.
I liked how involved all three women were, and how they weren't just like taking turns.
Taking turns, where it's like one person gets knocked out, and they like just lay outside of the ring for a while the other two wrestle. There wasn't a lot of that here.
Yeah, it was a nice. It was nice and planned out, well booked match. It wasn't like go out there for 20 minutes and dance, or
Yeah, I gotta say, in terms of like all the Carmella matches I've watched, this is legit her best one, just performance wise. She fucking bumps here. She bumps her ass off.
Yeah, unlike another champion on this card, who doesn't take any fucking bumps. But we'll get to that.
And there's kind of a good because there's this bubbling tension because kind of the stories, Carmella's, the chicken shit heel champion, and she's caught between Charlotte, who's, finally returning from rehab, and, she wants her belt back. And you got Becky Lynch, who managed to become a legit contender for the belt, and, Becky and Charlotte are tight, but there's tension because, they both, Becky's never gone to be champion. She wants that shot again.
Wait,
or am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Was she a women's champ?
She was like the first woman.
Oh my! I'm so fucking dumb. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No.
And then yeah, it's like not only does she have to have, if you add Charlotte to the mix, her chances of winning drastic went down.
Mm-hmm.
Because now she went from having a 50-50 chance to a third percent chance. and since since Charlotte knows that she can't beat Becky, she's not even going to try. So you take that. So you take her 66% chance plus her 50% chance, and you got a chance. So at SummerSlam, dispels disaster for you.
Thanks, Professor Steiner.
Mm-hmm. Fattest. Speaking of fat, well, Charlotte got some work done.
Yeah, it's like Charlotte, your Bobbies.
She got she probably saw Bobby Roode and was like, "Damn it, I can't be upstaged by him." Yes. When Bobby Roode can barely put on her thing,
mm-hmm.
her
robe.
Her shirt thing, her robe, and she's like, "Damn it, I'm not going to be upstaged by him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get as big as boobs as he's got. I'm going to match my bobbies are going to be as his bobbies." But honestly, it's like way to make yourself look way more intimidating, because now you went from being tall and buff to tall, buff, and big boob. She's like Sasuke.
Exact.
From Kill la Kill.
The deadliest combination.
Pathetic. I guess that means that Rick is Raggio.
Yeah. I can totally easily see Rick wearing the fucking rainbow robe with that theme, the German theme.
I'm gonna take my heart out and destroy it, so you don't get the satisfaction, Rico. Woo!
I totally lost track of everything. Yeah, no.
Yeah, this match was fine, but the ending sucked.
Yeah,
because
one thing I just want to talk about before we get that, most was when Charlotte did try doing her moonsault, but she didn't hit anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt bad because Becky tries again and she sells for it, but she so obviously didn't hit anyone.
Yeah, I think Charlotte did a move and no one caught her.
Yeah, that was
that's
what I'm talking about.
It's it sucks because Charlotte, I guess since Charlotte's literally a head and a half taller than everyone,
mm-hmm.
and she's this Amazon lady, and now she's got much more mass. It's you don't want that thing landing on you because it's gonna take you. It's legit gonna hurt you.
That makes sense.
It's when Gamagori does his. We're doing a lot of Kill la Kill references, but when Gamagori, when he's falling off the building and as the guy's running down the stairs, that's how Charlotte falls. So, the ending.
Yeah.
Charlotte wins. Fuck.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? What the hell?
And Becky does not like it. She does not like it at all.
Dude, when the crowd popped for Becky beating up Charlotte, it was amazing.
I know that's legit maybe the biggest pop of the night.
Because it's people remember that Charlotte is a multi-time champion who was essentially inserted into this match for no reason other than Paige punishing the champion, but you're also punishing the number one contender. What the hell are you doing?
Mm-hmm. It's like I'm complete. I'm Team Becky here. I cannot blame her on for being pissed off. It's like she's finally showing fucking backbone. She has enough Charlotte shit.
And, like, Charlotte is literally doing what, like, it's like when you tell your friend, oh, I have a crush on this person, and then, like, your friend starts hitting on your crush. It's like, fuck you. She did the right thing. It's 100% the right thing.
Mm-hmm. And of course, they're gonna try to probably spin it as a heel turn. It's like when Bayley finally had enough of like Sasha Banks manipulative bullshit, and she just snapped her, and the commentator's like, "Oh my god, is Bayley bad now?" It's like
I guess Vince's idea of a good friend is basically
a doormat
who uses you, a doormat, and how dare you stand up for yourself? Literally,
the
most toxic person on the planet.
Except Vince likes it when people stand up for themselves, but not too much, and only when he decides to, because Vince changes his mind on everything.
Look at my boots. What are you doing? Why are you looking at my boots? All right, you're never gonna get over. Oh man, fuck you, Vince. So yeah, I'm so glad it blew up in their face. Mm-hmm. We're recording this on a Tuesday afternoon. SmackDown's in 2 hours, so I'm gonna see how this plays out because I really want it. If they do Becky as a heel, I am going to laugh so hard.
Mm.
How much do you want to bet that they're gonna show like a promo package of what happened on Sunday, but they're gonna put in boos instead of cheers?
I can totally imagine that.
Because they do that.
They do
that with.
They put like a dark filter over there to show how twisted Becky is now.
They add boos because they do that with Roman.
Yeah,
they'll have Roman get cheers that never existed.
Mm-hmm.
It's Big Boy season.
Yes,
Sam and Joe versus AJ Styles
it's for the WWE Championship. And this fucking match kicked ass, man. I love this match.
I know. I liked it too.
I was so happy. I'm glad it wasn't like another Styles Nakamura situation where everyone's like really hyped because these two talented wrestlers had great match in another promotion, and then they have one here and it's like.
I think people were just. I think what hurt the Nakamura Styles program was that people were assuming that.
Nakamura would get the belt.
No, the people were assuming that they were going to go to like New Japan level. It's like that's never going to happen. They can't work that style in WWE.
Yeah,
they're not. They shouldn't work that style. Or I'm saying that they should, but like they're not going to be allowed.
Yeah,
by management. It's like, what are you doing? Going too hard, fam. What did I tell you about going in?
So the story for this match has been that Joe is doing some psychological warfare on AJ. He's like, you're a bad father, AJ. You're a bad husband.
Mind game.
and he's literally like, I should raise your family instead.
What the fuck?
It's like just how he wants to cuck AJ.
I know. It's like what it went from like I'm getting into mine like no, I legit want to fuck your wife and raise her kids.
And that's literally like they ran home literally before the match starts. They literally have Joe cut a promo like just like AJ's wife and daughter at ringside for this, and Joe just grabs the mic and is like, "Daddy's coming home tonight." It's so fuck.
Can I have some coochie, ma'am?
It's actually,
ma'am, can I get some coochie, please? I would really appreciate some coochie.
AJ's gonna get a surprise attack from Nick Robinson, who's gonna team up with Samoa Joe.
Oh my God! It's them, the Coochie Bakers. Anthony Birch, Nick Robinson, Phil Fish. What are they doing here?
Oh God! Actually, since you brought up Rick Rude earlier with Ziggler's sights, this felt very Rick Rude to me here. Like with Joe talking about how he's a real man and just like he like literally grates his hip and talks into like this slimy voice. But,
hey, listen, Rick Rude could totally do the whole getting coochie thing. He didn't have to ask though. Coochie was delivered to him.
Exactly.
Like, I hear stories about, like, older wrestling fans who were, like, kids when Rick Rude was wrestling, and, like, their moms would be like, oh, is Rick Rude wrestling? Oh, I gotta watch this. Because he was ravishing. So all you sweat hogs, get a good look at a real man. I love Rick Rude. Rest in peace, champ. Yeah, this match is really good though. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, man. I'm so glad that like I'm so glad that WWE is pushing him and that he's able to be this vicious killer man. Just like so scary. He's like legit one of the scariest looking dudes in wrestling. He's up there, you know? It helps that he has that the insane amount of intensity.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we were talking about how like Kevin Owens feels like really defanged right now as a killer, but Joe's fucking menacing. He's probably the most.
It helps that like when his head is down, and when he has his chin down, and he's like looking up. That looks terrifying. Like that visual. And the camera zooms in on his face, and his face looks massive. It's taking up the entire screen. It's like, oh man, this guy's scary.
I know.
And like the way he talks and his deep voice, it's like, man, that's this guy.
Real. I'm so sorry I lost track, but I completely agree with you here. Joe's in top form here, as both on the mic and in the ring, and they sorry. I actually really like I remember we were talking about this on Discord, and you said you didn't really care as much for the soap opera aspect of this, but I loved it because I think it's the first real personal feud AJ's had as a WWE champion. It makes him
the reason why I said it got soap opera because I thought this was just like mind games. Like no, I think he just really wants to have sex with AJ's wife. If he wasn't like, no, I want to covet your wife, then I wouldn't be calling it soap opera. I would just say, oh, it's just mind games, you know?
Yeah. And that's it. We should note here that Joe doesn't just like do this once. He does this all throughout the match. He constantly grabs the mic to keep creepily hitting on AJ's wife and just making AJ madder and madder and madder.
Ma'am, can I have some Gucci?
And they do it gives like this huge intensity to this match. It's just AJ and like Joe just keep on brawling with each other. There's also a bit where Joe teases the Muscle Buster.
Yeah, dude, the way they like presented the Muscle Buster, which was if he hits it, it's over. He's going to kill him. So it's like it's the most dangerous move in the company. That's awesome.
I know that's good. That's kind of it. It's gotta be like, since I guess for context, Joe hasn't used the Muscle Buster, which was his like original finisher, I think, for a couple of years because he accidentally broke Tyson Kidd's neck with it on a dark match.
Yeah, so it's like this is the most dangerous move in the world,
exactly,
in WWE context. So it's like, it I don't know. I like that that feeling, and it doesn't happen as much because like not everyone can have like a killer move, but like just the idea of a move being so devastating that people fear it, and commentators go, "Oh no, please God, don't hit this move."
Yes, exactly. I know it does so much, and it's just Joe's era is just the pure killer because it's so only in character that he would just have this horrifying neck breaking move and would be here to do it. Yes, I forgot to say. But yeah, no, I completely agree. The crowd didn't seem to notice it much because like they were clearly treating it as a big moment, but the crowd just like you could hear a couple of guys go, be like, "Ooh," but it's kind of like no one really pays attention.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he hasn't used the move in like at all at WWE, so I can't really blame them.
I think if he were to like show, or maybe make a point of why he hasn't used it, like. Watch the most devastating move in the like. They need to like tell fans this is why the move is so dangerous because it's only for us like smart marks who know how dangerous it is. You know?
Yeah. So our finish for the match is that I think again Joe does Daddy's coming home. Man, we have some Gucci. shtick, but and finally AJ just has he fucking has enough, and he grabs steel chair and he just beats the fuck out of Joe with it. Like it's just a brutal like chair beatdown, and also at this point, there's actually this really great bit of camera work where like when as like Joe's taunting on the mic, they like slowly pan the camera over to a down AJ who like head comes up and it's like his head's bleeding, and he just
I know that was crazy. I wonder what caused him to bleed. It was he like did he hit the steps weird or
I think so. Yeah, it's like this big cut on his head. It's really gnarly looking, and it's just as soon as he's blood, it like just like I guess triggers his like his demon mode. Yes, his rage mode.
It wasn't that Samoa Joe was hitting on his wife. It was he was reminded of Kenny Omega and the Golden Lovers that set him off. He saw two men in the front row holding hands, and I was like, oh!
The gay community!
The gay community! Oh, I'm gonna take it out on this Samoa Joe man who happens to be in front of me.
Is he what you all call a bear?
What is this? What's Big Boy season? Why does everyone keep mentioning it? What does it mean? I'm not big. Why do I get a season? So Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, they're friends, right? What do you mean that they're using Russian taunts, right? Man, Sonic Fox must be really happy that he won at Evo. He said he's gay, as in he's happy. What's a furry? I think gay might set off AJ Styles, but I think furry might make him go berserk. Like if you were to tell him what it is, like that would just set off so many. That would make him go carnal.
Never let him have a match with Sonic Fox.
You'll probably get scared like a fursuit if you saw a fursuiter like show up to fight a fighting game with him. He's like, oh, I don't want anything to do. I don't want any trouble. Leave me alone. Oh, AJ.
Always. But yeah, so after, of course, Styles, going apeshit with the chair on Joe, causes him to get disqualified.
I know. Sucks.
Yeah, so
shouldn't happen.
Yeah, so Joe technically wins, so Styles is still champion.
Especially when the DQ is done by a face. That's like,
It completely worked for me here because one, it's obvious this is just chapter 1 of their feud, and two, it's because it's great. It's like Joe pushed AJ's button one too many times, and he just finally fucking snapped. Like AJ compared like his character in WWE to a pit bull, where it's kind of just push him around one too many times, so you shut the fangs, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah.
And also, of course, after this, it probably was the best moment of the match for me is when like he goes up to his family, and like you see his daughter, and she's like, "Dad, you're bleeding." And it's like it's such a sad moment because like AJ kind of tries to go to her, and like she immediately is like, "No, I want mom," because she's probably I know she's probably doesn't understand that this isn't real, and is just genuinely freaked out.
What if she's like a huge smart who's like, really? DQ the biggest pay-per-view of the year? You freaking idiot. Fuck you. 0 stars.
AJ should be careful about bleeding in front of his daughter because Mick Foley bled in front of his daughter and she's dating a clown now.
I know. A clown inside and outside.
But dish. But yeah, you're right. Actually, since we talked about Breaking Bad, it reminded me of, I guess spoilers, but near the end of the series when Walt's like, he like kidnaps his baby daughter as like a desperation move. And at the end when he's kind of like, he's at, they're in a hotel together and like the baby's like, Mama.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, remind me of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad AJ didn't pretend to be Heisenberg and call his wife a bitch so you can lead him off the trail. I gotta go to Belize. Thanks.
Oh, speaking of commercials, also
Gracias.
since we talked about that Australia show earlier, they had a commercial for the other match they advertised, which is the Undertaker versus Triple H, and it cracked me up because they're like treating it as like the final chapter, the last match, and it's like they literally had an end of an era, a match called the End of an Era on WrestleMania a couple years ago.
5 years ago.
5 years? Yes, 6 years ago actually.
Was it 2011 or 2012?
2012.
No, it was 2012. So yeah, like 6 years.
This is the ender of an error.
Now they entered a new era. So they ended that era and now they're in this new era.
That makes sense.
See, Triple H is bald now. That's
It's kind of funny because like they kind of try to portray it as Undertaker and Triple H always having this long rivalry with each other, but they never really had. It's kind of now like we're the only Attitude Era guys left, so we got a feud by default.
We're the only Attitude Eras left, and Kane's like, "What about me? We're the only two left. I'm here. We're the only two left.
The only ones that matter.
I'm mayor of a town now. Only one's left." Oh yeah, shout out to Kane. I never thought he would actually win because he's a jobber. I thought he would lose to put over his opponent. But no, he finally won a match.
Yay!
That's gotta be Kane.
So yeah, next match was my personally most anticipated, The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. There's like they show a video package beforehand and they do a really good job kind of giving the best TLDR of their history together. They go all the way back to 2010 with the NXT win was the Shea Reality show.
Season 1 of NXT. Back in the good old days. Let me crack open another.
And they have it where Daniel Bryan was a contestant on the show, and Miz was like his mentor, and they did not like each other at all, and this grew and grew. They pretty much hit all the major points, including the famous Talking Smack segment, and then
yeah.
And
that's for this feud. That's where that really started.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, you can say, but I guess since they have so much history before,
that's where it kind of blew up to a point where people are like, oh god, I wish these guys would fight. But yeah, beforehand they've already had enough history where they can go back, and I really like that because WWE often doesn't seem to. They seem kind of scared to acknowledge a lot of their anything that's like older than like a year when it comes to some feuds. But it's like here they're willing to go all the way back and give context to like everything all their interactions. It makes the feud feel that much more, grand. It's a good touch.
I know.
And they should do more often.
I like how I gotta say I loved how much The Miz put into this match. I was kind of worried because even though he's a good worker and he works to his strengths and he's very safe, I don't think he does he doesn't do like the hard stuff, like he doesn't like take as hard as bumps or like hit as hard or stuff.
He's the
but
king of say
he
so.
went all out for this.
No, no, they both dudes work their asses off. This is my other like favorite match of the night because like it felt fucking intense. It felt legit heated. Like this wasn't. I was kind of nervous that maybe they just do a Raw match, but no.
But no, it's a SmackDown match. But
that was good. I felt right for that. I suck so much because like whenever I get to a match here I really love, I'm kind of just like it was really good and it was really good and I like the part where he did the flip. But
I think when both guys are just kicking the shit out of each other or slapping the shit out of each other in their chests, like that was really
Oh no, yeah, like going back to your point about Miz taking bumps, like he fucking sold the shit out of those chops and you could see how nasty his chest looked by the end of it.
I know, nice and red. Like I don't know what Daniel Bryan's been like, I need to fuck up my chest, please. Every match I'm in, make it redder than shit. Please. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe because he's pale, so it's easier.
Yeah, that's true. I also really love there's like there's a lot of great crowd pleasing moments, like when the Miz does the it kicks onto Brian, and then Brian does them back to him like, this is how it's done, bitch.
I love it when Brian was leaning into the kicks. Like, he was like, no, kick me harder, motherfucker. And he's like, keep going up and up and up and up.
Yeah. It's like confirms that like wrestling is often platonic BSDM. Sorry. But yeah, my point here was I'm trying to get. But yeah, no, this was a really, really strong match. I also liked how there's a really great part near the end of it where like where Brian tries to submit Miz, but then Miz manages to reverse and does the figure four with Brian, and then Brian reverses that into yes lock, and it's just like, it's really tense. Because it's like, I love it because like it's been Brian's thing, like that, he's the underdog, he never gives up, and they do that well. But they also show that Miz does not want to give up here. He's not being a coward here for the most part. He wants to win just as badly. So it's like, in a way, you're almost rooting for both of them because they're showing so much determination.
Like, yeah, which I feel like the finish sort of ruined that whole logic that they were operating on, where Miz wants to prove that he's better than Brian but then he uses brass knuckles. It's like, well, you can't have two things.
Mm-hmm.
I get that he's a heel, but if he himself is trying to prove something, he should be saying, I'm better than you. And then the amount of heel he would get by saying, oh, I beat you clean, I think that would be much more than saying, oh, I beat you, but I beat you with brass knuckles. That's my opinion. I know that it may not be like the best, but oh well.
Mm-hmm. I actually, I'll defend it because I thought it worked really well because it showed that Miz maybe on some level still knows deep down he's not as on Brian's level on just a straight, quickly recap by saying I do not mind the ending at all because I thought, like, you okay?
No, yeah.
Nah, sorry, you sighed, so I was like, okay, am I doing something wrong? But yeah, saying don't mind the ending. It shows, Miz was getting desperate because he knew there was a chance he was going to lose, so he just took the first opportunity he could to cheat to win because he's also a fucking heel. And
that's true.
Also, I also just love it because I love this wife just being like, "Here's your brass knuckles, sweetie," in the audience.
Yeah.
While she's like holding her baby.
I know, that's even funnier. I wonder if that was they didn't show the baby, but I kind of hope that they didn't bring a fucking baby to a wrestling show, because that's what you don't want your child. You don't want the baby's like ear drums getting blown
exactly. Out. What if Miz threw the baby at Brian?
I think there's something in the video package that shows the fake baby being thrown.
Yeah, they did on Smack. I think on like the Go Home or the one before that for SmackDown, they had like a Miz throwing a fake baby at Brian,
which is kind of cool, but it's funny.
Yeah. Also, I loved at the end after Miz won, he like totally rubs in Brian, so he's like, "I was better than you, and I'm always will be better than you."
So yeah. So I can imagine. I said this to you in Discord, but I can imagine on probably tonight, Paige goes, "Oh, you think you're cheeky, huh? With them brass knocks and all that. Listen here, chap. You and that bloke Daniel Bryan, huh, are gonna be in a cell. you little cunt, you little shit." What? Now it's tea time. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Or something like that. Just because I can see that being their blow off is Hell in a Cell.
My ideal, I'm gonna be a douchebag in fantasy book for a moment, but like my ideal is that they maybe stretch this out to WrestleMania. Maybe give them like maybe give them some off months to break, but I kind of like the.
That's true. I mean, it is August. I mean,
Yeah.
right? It is almost September, but still,
Yeah.
some time, man.
Some time.
It's like almost. That's like almost 8 months.
I actually like.
Maybe 7 months.
Yeah, I kind of like what they were doing beforehand because from like the moment that like Miz came to SmackDown, they were totally you know teasing the feud with Bryan. Like, I mean, Bryan's the one that made him go to SmackDown in the first place, but they kind of implied that Miz was keep bringing these dudes like Big Cass and the Bludgeon Brothers as like distractions for Bryan, so he didn't have to face them.
Oh.
I like the idea. I like the idea of Miz kind of having like his Heenan family.
Just, he probably doesn't want a big ass in his family anymore.
No one does.
After what he's done.
No.
I can't believe that the trio between Big Ass, Enzo, and Carmella. It's Carmella who's the one who
He's successful.
prospered.
I know.
He's successful and prospered, while the other two are bum bozos who I don't want on my TV anytime soon.
No one does. Yeah. By all accounts, very much no one liked them backstage.
I know. How do you manage?
Yeah. Next up is our second squash match of the night: Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin.
How stupid is Finn to put on makeup for this match, but not for Roman Reigns the next night?
There's a point about that, but I like the idea someone had that Finn's demon. There was one comment I like that Finn doesn't get to choose when to use the demon. The demon gets to choose when to use Finn.
That's stupid. The demon's an idiot.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but aside from the fact that obviously seeing Demon Balor just like totally inspected was a great hype moment. It was. I also I saw it as like Corbin has constantly been like just harassing Finn throughout this. Like even though he keeps getting his ass kicked, he's like, I want another match because I'm the constable. I'm the constable. That sounds so fucking stupid.
I kind of want I kind of want Stephanie to be like, "What the hell? This isn't 17. This isn't 1715 England, you idiot! Constable." I like this idea that Baron Corbin is like this Novrish. I don't know how to pronounce it, but like just this guy who's come across a lot of money and acts like how he thinks rich people act.
Yes.
So, like, suits and watches. I'm like, you look like a jerk.
I know. He just says. I still fucking hate that he wrestles in dress shirts. It looks so dumb. I guess.
It's better than looking. I guess it looks better than being like a goth hobo, but you look like a goth prep.
Yeah, you look like you work.
How can you be a goth and a prep? Huh?
Every time I see Corbin now, I'm like expecting to go like that hi, welcome to Chili's video.
Oh no,
Corbin now.
Well, that video sucks anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, this was of the 3 squash matches. This was the most entertaining one of the This was the most entertaining one for me. Just because, like, it just obviously seeing the demon again, fucking on. He looks amazing here. I love the like Venom tattoo on him with the big stung stick on his chest, and he looked badass as fuck. Like he was, he was like a total lightning bruiser, just moving around the ring. All of his moves had like this intensity and purpose to him. It was really nice after like Balor's just been the smiling dude for the past few months. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, but Brett to Corbin here because like he sold it magnificently, like just the panching look of fear on his face, the way he like just sold how powerful Demon Balor's moveset was. He did his job perfectly.
It's still very dumb that he for this lanky jobber. It's like I gotta become the demon. This guy.
It's more a way of like him ending this permanently so Corbin can finally leave him alone. He's scaring him straight.
Like if Thanos is like, I gotta put on the Infinity Gauntlet to fight. I don't know. The
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is like, I gotta go all out on this guy. The next match, champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus the challenger Jeff Hardy
For the United States Championship.
Yep.
And this was actually...
I was about to say neither are American, but no, Jeff's from North Carolina.
Yes.
I just forgot.
It's okay. This was actually another of the matches this was another match that was far better than I was expecting it to be.
I know.
It's like it was pretty fun. I liked Jeff's creepy uncanny valley eyes.
I like that Jeff doesn't care about his body.
I know, that fucking bump to his head on the apron. That was the worst fucking bump of the night. That was horrible to watch.
That's like his one unintentional bump he took when he fell off the cell in TNA and landed on steel steps.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this guy just doesn't care about his body.
This is Vince's plan. He wants to torture the Hardy Boys. He's spent the past 20 years just doing everything to destroy their bodies. Because
and somehow he's still like he's managed to put on a match.
Yeah, because this is actually a solid ass match, and both Jeff and Nakamura do a good job with it. The high point of the match that's good and not horrible pain is when Nakamura does his usual "Come on!" chants, and Jeff does it back to him, and Nakamura looks so offended.
What's with I don't know. It's like, how come that upsets you that he's doing it back to you? It's like when Asuka saw her robe come to life, she was like frozen in fear. It's like, you're putting way too much emotion into this.
I guess it works better with Nakamura just because he's this weird dude. It was kind of like only I can do that, not you. Like maybe just he felt like it was disrespectful because it's like that's his thing. I don't know. And yeah, this was a perfectly fine match. Horrible, poor 40-year-old Jeff Hardy still feeling the need to destroy his body aside. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The other noteworthy thing about this match is at the end, after Nakamura defeats Hardy, gets his belt, and Randy Orton has the worst run-in of all time.
I know, he's just like, nah, I can't.
I'm not feeling this.
I can't attack this guy. He's too fucked up.
He literally just like the Grandpa Simpson gif.
When he sees Bart.
Yeah.
Are you my great? The funniest part is when he asks Bart who he is. That's funnier than the him walking right out. Are you my grandson? Yeah, this match was actually. This was a nice surprise. I was thinking this was going to be another non-match because Jeff's hurt, but Jeff doesn't care about being hurt.
Yeah.
He wants to put on a show for the fans.
Yeah.
So he destroys himself.
Someone also, I saw this on Reddit, but someone brought up that Jeff Hardy has never won a single SummerSlam. He is 0-7.
At least he's maybe he's the one who's losing for every single member of the Nexus and not John Cena.
That's a good theory. They should get next SummerSlam, Kurt Hawkins versus Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm. Who loses match? Whoever loses wins.
Ends with a double count out.
Hey Josh, do you give a damn about your reputation?
Not really.
I don't give a damn about my reputation.
The Shrek theme.
Sucking on my nuts and masturbation.
Yep, next up is Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
This was cathartic.
Yeah, this.
I am so happy that it went the way it did.
This is our third and final squash of the night, and yeah, this was fun as fuck. Exactly what it needs to be, which is Alexa just finally getting her comeuppance from stealing the championship for so long. Exactly.
Being a bitch. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I didn't want to, but I have to.
It's okay. You're. This is a safe space. But yeah, this was.
It was a.
Yeah, good.
Oh, did you notice who was at ringside? Good old Bella Twins.
Oh yeah, they're here. They make themselves known. On that,
Nikki and Brie, who could not be fucked to show up for her husband's match,
and
Maurice did, but not Brie Bella.
On that note, they had a backstage segment after Ms. V. Bryan, where Bryan's all upset, and Brie tries to comfort him, but she's super. She can't be convincing at all. So she's like, Daniel, you are the best wrestler I know. You can get out of this, this depression you're in. I believe in you.
She looks at her hand and I love you. What the hell?
On a nicer note, Natalia was here. It was good to see her.
I know.
And she was wearing her dad. She's wearing her dad's jacket.
I know, and that was pointed out on Twitter. I was like, this hurts. Ooh, the feels.
Yes. Who filled this ring with onions?
This snap. This is going to my feels compilation.
Yeah.
Man. This match was nice. Ronda Rousey came out in sick makeup. Everyone was like, "Oh, she looks dumb." I'm like, guys, it's wrestling.
Yeah.
People wear face paint, and women have crazy makeup, like
Yeah.
Meccano.
I mean, we just saw fucking Jeff Hardy's weird ass makeup. Ronda looking worse.
Finn Balor. What's her face? She had Becky. She had a really awesome looking.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah, I dug that.
She looks. I feel like she was really hyped when she saw the Aquaman trailer and she saw Mara. She's like, I want to be like that.
So yeah, the match is it's a super fucking one-sided offense. I don't think Alexa gets a legit hit on her. There's this one great segment where Alexa keeps getting out of the ring to avoid Ronda. So Ronda's just like, fuck it, you got a free hit, and she sits in the ring, and Alexa tries to hang her, and she just no-sells all of it. It's really well done.
I'm so happy. I don't care if this buries the entire division. It's like Ronda Rousey. It would be kayfabe ruining if she started selling for Alexa Bliss. It would be if Curtis Hawk, not Kurt. It would be like The Miz hurting Brock Lesnar.
Yes, Mm-hmm. There's power. You gotta keep your power levels in wrestling. Not every match needs to be competitive, and thankfully this wasn't. And obviously credits to Bliss, she sold the fuck out of everything. And at the end when Ronda has the armbar on her, since Alexa's double jointed, you really get to she looks really fucked up. That's Ronda's.
Yeah, a lot of torque on that.
We're gonna have to talk about this.
We
can't.
I know I'm stoked to talk about this.
Okay, good, because I am too. Alright, we got our main event. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship.
The Beast! defending champion!
Holy shit.
Gremlin, there we go.
Yes. The video package. The video package was fucking funny to me because they have Heyman dramatically stepping out of the darkness, and he pretty much just stares at. You ever play the? He literally glows red like a demon. And that's...
Why is saying the ancient Samoan words?
I don't know why he's doing that. I was gonna say, like, have you ever played the Batman Arkham games?
Yes.
You know
Yes,
when you like you get defeated, like they show one of the villains coming out like on a black screen taunting you. It's like that for like 5 minutes. And
I know it's weird.
it is.
It was it's like why because he was like reciting what I guess the head shrinkers told him because Roman Reigns, I forget which. I forget which Wild Samoan is Roman's dad, but basically the words that he told Paul. But it was like really weird because he starts doing devil horns, but I guess he was trying to do like the Samoan hand sign. But it looked like devil horns in the red, and like I think Vince thought he was saying things in Latin.
I know, like that's that's probably what they were trying to convey there.
I know. What was that going on about?
I guess Paul Heyman's evil. They do that. It's such a weird non-storyline they did, where like they were implying that Brock was going to turn on Heyman because he attacked him, but then they just dropped it. They're buddies again.
I know.
I don't know.
I think maybe it was just to prove that he was. Oh, 1 second.
That probably makes sense. But yeah, so then we get our match, but not before Braun Strowman come back.
Wait, Josh, you didn't talk about the.
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, yes! That was like the hardest I fucking laughed during this show. Was the fucking giant CG dog.
They had a bunch of AR in this whole show.
Yeah,
but
and most of it was fine, but that looks so fucking dumb. Just this giant evil dog.
He's a furry. I don't know how else. He's like one of them non-fursuit furries, but he's a furry.
Yeah, he's low key about it. You know, he just quietly commissions his Roman persona.
He has an OC that he uses as his Avi, but he doesn't have a fursuit. He's like, nah, I ain't about the whole fursuit thing. But
yeah.
He acts like a furry. Ooh, what there? Anyway,
taking no prisoners on this fucking cast.
I know. No, this match was hilarious. And so Braun Strowman, in order to make sure people... This was such a deliberate move on them to make sure that no one just left and said, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, they fucked with our hearts. Yeah, they have Braun come out with his Money in the Brain briefcase, and he's like all, I'm not a coward, so I am going to stand right here and watch this match, and whoever wins, I'll fight afterwards for the championship. And it's like, it's clearly meant to be a big babyface scene, but it's like, wouldn't it be more babyface if you just inserted yourself into the match? Yeah, like make it a triple threat instead of, waiting until the tired, wrestler, preying on the tired wrestler. Because,
just to listen, Josh, the reason why he didn't join the match because... if you were to go one-on-one with someone, you had a 50% chance of winning. Mm-hmm. But if he were to be in a triple threat match and you add Roman Reigns to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. And Roman knows he can't beat Brock, so he's not even going to try. Mm-hmm. So you take Brock's 50% chance plus his 66 and a third chance, and you have a 144 and a 2/3% chance, and at SummerSlam the numbers don't lie; they spell out disaster for Braun Strowman. So it's very smart on his end to not do it. That's twice. That's twice.
Oh my god.
Have you seen Samoa Joe be asked about that promo?
No. How do you respond?
He was like, I was laughing. I was watching him as they were doing it, and I had to leave the room because he was laughing so hard. Because he was like, I can't take it. Like, people were... And, like, he didn't write down the promo. He was doing that math on the spot, which is why he's kind of stammering.
That's awesome.
That just makes it fun. That just makes it funnier. So, yeah, Oh man, this match is hilarious.
It was fine. It was a match. It was short at least. It's 6 minutes and 7 seconds.
Hey, Roman Reigns is so strong that he got out of a guillotine headlock and did a spine buster twice, even though that could destroy your neck. But who cares? He's so strong.
He's so strong. He can do anything.
German suplexes, of course.
Yeah.
Just the usual nonsense you get from a Lesnar match, and then Lesnar's like, I don't like you, and he beats up Braun Strowman and starts hitting him on the back with the briefcase, and then
he literally tosses like his Money in the Bank briefcase to like the edge of the entrance.
And then Brock is like, haha, I did away with that guy, and then he got into the ring and got speared, and like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's it. And now we got our new Universal Champion, and the crowd definitely fucking pops for it. You definitely hear a lot of yays. Oh god.
Well.
Oh god, I 2 notes on the crowd just because I forget. I want to bring it up. One is that like Strowman during his intro he calls Brock Beastie Boy, which is fucking funny, and the crowd like chants it for the rest of the match.
They're in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know. No sleep.
There's no sleep.
Till Brooklyn.
Someone should do that next year. Like, R-Truth should be like, I haven't slept since we got here to Brooklyn because a song told me we can't sleep until we get to Brooklyn, and then he just collapses onto the floor and starts snoring.
That'd be funny. And the other one is that the crowd also like shouts "You both suck" at Roman and Brock, which is like their rivalry in a nutshell. Because like they managed to get legit like nuclear heat on Brock, but all they succeed is just make them hate Brock on top of Roman. They don't like Roman that much.
I know it's like people have been growing tired of the Brock Lesnar shtick for like the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2016 there's still people who are like, yeah, but he does the German suplex awesome though, and so like
was the Dean Ambrose match at like that year's Mania kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back?
I think also that in the Orton match because people were like hoping to get at least a pretty decent match, but they didn't get that. They just got German suplex over German suplex over German suplex, and then
Orton bleeds.
Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna make you bleed, and then that's it.
Yeah,
that was it. Was just very awkward.
Yeah,
and then everything after that was just like this is lame. It's like people were, and then
it's So yeah, Roman wins. He's the Universal Champion at the end. Like they lay it on thick with Roman be like, no more part-timers, no more celebrities, except for Ronda Rousey. but yeah,
at least Ronda Rousey has wrestled on pay-per-views and Raw.
That's true. She gives a shit.
I think she wants to be there, and her matches have been pretty decent. Like she bumps like crazy, and also does a lot of moves.
Yeah.
So it's like it's better than Brock Lesnar, who barely bumps and does 1 or 2 moves.
Exactly. And I should say I do really like Roman as the Universal Champion. I noticed how the difference, like how much it improved everything on Raw last night, just having the Universal belt there and having fighting champion for it. It felt like Roman was also the first Universal champ to really give a shit about being a Universal champ because Finn had it for a day. Kevin Owens' reign was pretty shitty and memorable. Goldberg was just a transitional champion, and we all know how Brock was. So
yeah, it's just not there. So it's like this is something, and it's the first face to have it. So to actually have it and defend it, whereas. Goldberg. I don't know why they put the belt on Goldberg, just to mess with us.
No, literally just to make the match with Brock feel more important, and probably they also wanted Brock to be champ anyway, and that was kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. Oh well.
But
so let's talk about. So yeah, what would you say about this entire show?
For the most part, really fucking good. I legit had a good time watching it, and normally with like the WWE pay-per-views, like, excuse me, I'm kind of like I'm like, ugh, watching it 4 hours straight through. But the hour, it flew by here. I didn't really feel the length at all.
I know, that was the weird part. It was like, it really went by, and like, I guess because we had such low expectations for it that we were surprised.
Yeah.
The Kratos methods works, which is assume nothing, expect the worst.
Yeah.
And close your heart to it.
That's the only way to enjoy WWE anymore.
Boy.
I guess if I had to theorize, aside from there was good matches for why this flowed better than the other last few pay-per-views, maybe it's like the pacing, because there was kind of felt like there's more variety here with how the matches went, and also maybe having some having some shorter matches on top, it helped a lot. I don't know.
Maybe that's it. Because, like, yeah, in between the long matches were like squash matches or shorter matches, so maybe they figure it out. Because, like, at Mania, it was like 20-minute match after 20-minute match after 20-minute match after 20-minute. It's like, oh my god, It was too much wrestling, which is weird, but it was like too long.
Yeah. So maybe that's just the formula here. Just have a couple squash matches, or at least not every match maybe should be a squash, but at least keep them short and sweet.
Yeah, they figure it out.
Yeah. So I've for most part thoroughly enjoyed the SummerSlam. There isn't really much that got me upset or anything. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It probably wasn't as quality as Takeover, but I thought it came pretty close at points.
Yeah, it was. I liked
Yeah.
it. Check out SummerSlam 2018. Why don't you?
Just skip the pre-show.
Skip the pre-show because it's literally nothing. So, hey, the Shield reunited last night. Wasn't that neat? Hey, how come Roman Reigns didn't come to help Seth Rollins before Dean Ambrose came back? What's that all about? Is it because that Roman is selfish and not a babyface, even though people swear up and down he is? What's going on here?
That's actually a legit good question, because, I guess that's the other big news we'll talk about on Raw, is that the Shield's back again, and and at the end of the show, when main events Roman versus Balor for the Universal Championship, Roman wins. Strowman comes in trying to cash in again, and Rollins and Ambrose come out in full on, they even play the Shield theme, and they're wearing the SWAT vest, so it's legit, and they do the powerbomb onto Strowman. And it's kind of they're coming out to defend their friend, and it's you raise the point, because Roman never once did that for them.
It's there's a lot of selfish people.
I know.
Roman, why are you what's you so selfish for?
It's because big dogs are selfish.
He has to protect his yard because he's the big dog.
Yes.
I can't believe the big dog won the Universal Champion here at SummerSlam. Sponsored by... Wait, who's sponsored?
Let me look that up. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, they must have not done a good job shilling the sponsor because I don't remember. Mayan.
It's shit no one cares about. It's like a tap out, the MLB sports thing, Cricket Wireless.
Oh, yeah.
WWE Elite Collection. Or Mattel. Something like that.
So... that was SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver.
Yeah.
What's on the horizon? I guess Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
New Japan's doing their Destruction Tour. You should probably check that out.
Oh, I guess one more note on the Raw is they had a short segment where Heyman tries to ask Angle when Brock will have a rematch because it's his contract, and at one point he very dramatic says, "What if they have a rematch at Hell in a Cell?" And he pauses dramatically for effect, and the crowd just is crickets. No, they don't want it.
Please, no. I know Vince wants it. I bet Vince got really excited. Whoa, what if? He got and what if they got it?
In contrast, when Angle's Brock is not going to show up again for a very long time, the crowd loses it. Like, woo! So yeah, that's hopefully they'll take that to heart and not try to force a rematch on us anytime soon.
I know. I don't think I'm emotionally ready for another. Though they are the funniest matches on the planet. But
Yeah.
I don't know. He gotta wait. He gotta let that cook.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta figure out some new jokes.
Yeah.
Because the joke for WrestleMania is what if Roman Reigns kicked out of like 6 or 7 F5s, and the joke at Greatest Royal Rumble was what if Roman Reigns lands first, but Brock Lesnar wins, and SummerSlam's joke was what if Roman Reigns just hits one single spear and wins. Like they got to figure out more jokes.
Yeah, gotta get some fresh material.
For their set.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I've been Megos.
And I've been Josh. And thanks for listening to us.
Goodbye.
Bye.